You cannot. Okay.
Holy Spirit,
They
activate.
better do it, Lord.
Holy Spirit, activate.
You better get them, Lord.
Holy Spirit, activate.
Before I get them, Lord.
Activate.
Hey.
Activate. Let's go. Holy Spirit, activate. Oh no. Holy Spirit, activate. Holy Spirit, activate. Activate.
Hey, hey,
Let's go.
they say I ain't saved cause I cuss a little bit. But you're the only judge that I need and that's it. They always in my business cause they say I backslid. They read the Holy Bible but they ain't applying it. So Holy Spirit activate. If you do it right now, that would be great. I ain't trying to smack this chick in the face. Don't you see me down here trying to change my way. So
Holy Spirit,
you better do it, Lord.
Holy Spirit,
You better get them, Lord.
Holy Spirit,
Before I get them, Lord.
activate.
Hey, hey, hey.
You cannot. Okay.
Holy Spirit,
They
activate.
better do it, Lord.
Holy Spirit,
You
activate.
better get them, Lord.
Holy Spirit, activate.
Before I get them, Lord.
Activate.
Hey.
Activate. Let's go. Holy Spirit, activate. Oh no. Holy Spirit, activate. Holy Spirit, activate. Activate.
Hey, hey,
Let's go.
they say I ain't saved cause I cuss a little bit. But you're the only judge that I need and that's it. They always in my business cause they say I backslid. They read the Holy Bible but they ain't applying it. So Holy Spirit activate. If you do it right now, that would be great. I ain't trying to smack this chick in the face. Don't you see me down here trying to change my way. So
Holy Spirit,
you
activate.
better do it, Lord.
Holy Spirit,
You better get them, Lord.
Holy Spirit,
Before I get them, Lord.
activate.
Hey, hey, hey.
You cannot.
I was coming. Like, oh my God. I was coming. Oh my goodness, I love y'all. Hold on. My camera is, I don't know why. This is my nightmare. This is my nightmare. But hello, everyone. Hi. I hope y'all hitting the like just as quick as y'all running in here. I hope y'all is tapping out like it is a lot of y'all in here. We ain't been like 3 minutes yet, and it's already almost 700 people here. Okay. So hit the like. Nah, I'm not sitting up here asking y'all for nothing. Okay? I'd be like, send me some money. Actually, yeah, nah. Yes. Since asking for the like is so much, since Michael Jackson, cause I was going, hit the cash app. Y'all tried it. Now, hello, everyone. Hello. Happy Sunday. Okay? My Lord. So I'm here, okay? I'm amazing. I know. Hold the applause. Here, flip. Y'all was bored. I get it. So we are back. Like I told y'all, I'm gonna keep saying it until we finally get it. Justice for Shanquella Robinson. Okay. So we're gonna keep talking about it. All right. We're gonna keep discussing. We're gonna keep picking and poking and touching stuff. Okay. Until we get to it. Touch justice, Lord. Hey. Now until we touch and poke all up in justice, Lord, we're going to poke and prick and flick and turn over and turn it back over. We're going to do it all, Lord. Okay? There's going to be a couple mistakes along the way. Nah, we ain't going to always have it right, Lord. But we own it. Okay? Nah, it's a lot going on with this story. All right? Justice for my girl. Now, they just buried my girl Shanquella yesterday. Okay, now we're going to talk a little bit about the funeral. We're going to talk about it, but I will not be showing any images or footage from inside of the funeral because I feel like that's gross. It's gross because we didn't know her. Okay, y'all be getting a little bit too involved, with the stories, because we don't know these people. Okay, we know of them. They have family, friends, loved ones. Okay. And it's just certain things that you just don't want all over the media, okay? Especially losing somebody. You don't want that everywhere. So I feel that it's gross that people are going around like with that footage that was there. It's like, did y'all go there just to record that girl? Like, that's gross. And to record her family, that's gross. Because again, you didn't know her. A lot of hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people that showed up to Shanquella's funeral yesterday did not know her, okay? Get that thing in your mind. Okay. So y'all feeling so willy-nilly to post things that has nothing to do with y'all. Because again, it's not like y'all lost a loved one. You did not. Okay? Not everything is clout to everyone. So yeah, I won't be posting none of that. I'm not showing none of that. I showed outside of the funeral because again, that's activities happening outside. So it is suitable, I feel, for the community to see, you know, her the casket and the chariot and the horses and all of that stuff. That was wonderful. And that happened outside, you know. So again, if it was supposed to be televised, it would have been televised. The family wanted it to be as private, you know, as they could make it. So out of respect for them, I won't be showing anything like that. So you're going to have to go elsewhere if you're looking for that. Again, I don't mind showing the footage from outside of it, but I'm not going to show anything from inside because, again, that wasn't meant for us to see, because if it was, we would have been there. Okay? And if we weren't there, that just means that it wasn't for us to see. That's what I'm getting from it. So again, out of respect for the Robinson family, I won't show their day of grieving pictures and stuff inside of them. I mean, in videos of them, people in there grieving, losing their 25-year-old family member. I'll pass on that. So there's other people that have posted it. So y'all go check those people out. But I won't be showing nothing like that. So I'm here flipping right along from that. So now in the title, it says Shanquella's boyfriend attends funeral. There has been rumors that, now y'all know me, I'm just going to show y'all what I see, and then we're going to go from there. Okay, I'm not the end all be all. Again, rest in peace to Shanquella Robinson. I did not know her. Okay, I don't know any of her family, you know, anything like that. So I'm just showing y'all what I see. Type of situation, and we kind of gather how we feel together because we can. Yeah. So I'm here, Flip. So without holding any further, let's get right into it. So yesterday we were talking about how allegedly Shanquella was robbed of $10,000. So I want to get into that. That has been another thing that has been going of the own. So let's get into this article. Shout out to the hiphopvibe.com. So Shanquella Robinson's friend says the people accused of M-wording her stole $10,000 from her after she paid for the Airbnb. So the $10,000 that is allegedly that was stolen from Shanquella was not in cash or anything like that, because, you know, yesterday we were over here speculating and trying to figure it out, and we said, you know, it could have been cash, it could have been this, it could have been that. We were trying to figure out how much money you could travel with before you have to claim it, you know, and whatnot. So we're, you know, from what we heard, what we were reading and whatnot, that 10,000, you know, we think it wasn't in cash. You know, we were trying to figure it out, you know, like, okay, well, the father confirmed it in an interview that he did. So it's just like, okay, well, where did it go? Where did it come from? Like, was it in her purse? Like, did she have an honor? So we were trying to figure that out. So the B&B purchase is actually how the $10,000 was stolen. So I'm going to get into that too. So let's get into this article first. Shanquella Robinson was allegedly robbed of $10K by friends. Shanquella Robinson has become the leading topic of discussion on social media. It's only right, because what happened to Miss Robinson needs to be discovered and justice needs to be served. While her official passing has been said to be fatal alcohol poisoning, her autopsy reads differently. Before her body lost all life, Robinson sustained a cracked spine and a shattered neck. To think when she agreed to go to Cabo, all Shanquella wanted to have was a good time with friends. Instead, she wound up being a fatal victim. Shanquella Robinson received support in the wake of her passing that she could have used the last months of her life. That she could have used in the last months of her life. Earlier this week, her story began trending on social media, saying how Robinson passed away while with friends. Many people have been giving their opinions on friendships. There are many of who have questioned how she did not realize those people were not her friends. On social media, there is a video trending. The video shows the girl who eventually beat Miss Robinson walking through the house looking for her. Shanquella Robinson's story is sad enough without any further reports. However, her family is seeking any additional details in order to serve justice. As a result, they continue to press this case despite how painful it is. One of Robinson's friends, who did not join her on the Cabo trip, took to Facebook with even more information, according to this young woman. Robinson, who was robbed of $10,000 by the people she trusted. In addition, this lady says that Robinson is the one who paid for the Airbnb where they were residing. Shanquella Robinson was allegedly robbed of $10K by friends. Now, we read this yesterday. They sold $10K, blah, blah, blah. Okay. So we read that yesterday. So to me, y'all know, we got it. We need more than that. We need more than just somebody coming forward stating that. So let me pull up. Is it right here? Yes, it's right here. So I'm going to pull this up, and this is the payment and whatnot of the Airbnb and how much it cost. And it also shows something else too. So I'm going to pull that up right there. Bam. Make that bigger. Now, okay. So right here, the Cabo trip was stolen from Shanquella Robinson. She had the primary suite for herself only. The payment was due 45 days prior to out. 10K total for 1 week. A girl flaked. They sure in hell didn't leave their part of the payment on the back with her body. So let's pull this up. This is the villa, okay? And if you look down at the bottom, it says 6 nights rent, and then the total comes down to, you go all the way down to the bottom. The total goes to $9,772 for 6 days. For 6 nights of renting this B&B, and it's $1,300 a night. So the first payment was made, and that was for almost $2,500. It was for $2,443.16. Okay. So with that being said, with that being, her putting a down payment down on it and whatnot, this is a picture of the primary suite. So we now know that Shanquella, paid for the suite where the viral video of her being beaten by allegedly Dejanay Jackson. So at the bottom, you see that picture is of the alleged fight. And if you look above, that's the suite that Shanquella paid for. So she had the primary suite, the best suite in the villa she had. That was hers. And again, for the payment that she had put down, the $2,400 or whatever, they still took the whole payment, the Airbnb villa. So that's where the $10,000 comes in. That's where that comes in. So this was her room. So earlier when people were making, even myself, stating that it looks like she was trying to get away, with the sliding door, whatnot in the back, and it looks like, I feel like that was her room, and with her being ripped out of her clothes. And when I was like, why would she be in there nude? And whatnot, that was her room. So they came into her room and did this to her. Absolutely. So there's proof now. Now we have proof that this was Shanquella's room. This alleged assault happened in her room. So they came in there. And again, Shanquella never contacted anybody on the phone on Saturday. From what we gather, she didn't have any conversations with anyone. So again, this allegedly happened in the morning. So I believe that they removed her phone and purse and whatnot from her before doing this to her. I do believe that. I 100% believe they came in that room and took certain things from her before she woke up. And I believe that she was like drugged out of her sleep into battle, is what this is giving, type of situation. Because again, Dejanay had no reason to be in there. That is her room. That was Shanquella's room. It absolutely was. And she paid for it. And from what the receipt is gathering here, with pull that back up. I'm sorry, it's a little small, but I'll put it up on the screen. At the bottom, it stated the grand total for the nights, and they did state that one girl had flaked. So one girl was, I guess, supposed to come, but didn't, I guess. But anyways, so what is confusing about the receipt is it was for 6 days. They came on Friday, and they were originally supposed to leave on Monday. That's not 6 days. So was Shanquella planning on staying later than everyone, is what it's giving? I don't know. I don't know, because again, it says for 6 nights. So, but they weren't staying for 6 nights. They were staying from, again, Friday to Monday. And they were arriving on Friday. So that's not even a full, I mean, well, of course it's not a full day. That's why it's by night. So yeah. So for 6 whole days, because that's what that's for. Her price of keeping the primary room for that many days. But with her only paying the $2,400 payment, that also could have been because other people were supposed to be making payments, or something like that. I don't know. But yeah, I did notice that. I was just like, okay, well, they weren't originally supposed to be staying for 6 nights. They were just supposed to be staying from Friday until Monday. So I'm just like, okay, well, why would she have had to pay $10,000 anyway? I'm like, because that's a lot of money from Friday to Monday. And why pay for something if you're not going to be there? I mean, unless she was doing one of them a favor. Somebody else was planning on staying longer. I agree that she paid $2,400, and that was probably the deposit of the percentage of what was being owed. But the thing about this receipt is it's $1,300 a night. So what I'm gathering is one or two things. It's either she paid this $1,300 for her room, or it was $1,300 in total. So again, she still would have paid for the whole trip, because they said the trip was, if you look at the receipt here, it's stated that the Cabo trip was stolen from Shanquella Robinson. She had the primary suite for herself only. The payment was due 45 days prior to the out. $10K for 1 week. One girl flaked. They sure as hell didn't leave their part of the payment back with the body. So again, this could mean that it was $1,300 a night, like for each night for the whole villa, is what I was thinking. But I'm just like, well, it's specified with the primary suite in the receipt right here. But that could just be listing that there's a primary suite. It doesn't mean that she was paying for the $1,300 just for that suite specifically. That $1,300 could be, for the whole villa. Because that sounds about right, for them to be paying $1,300 a night to stay in that villa in total versus to $1,300 a person, or something like. Because that's pretty, I mean, because that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking like, well, isn't this her paying for the whole trip, and not just the primary suite? Like the primary suite comes with the villa, so it's specifying it as like a feature, is what it seems like to me. But they're saying on Twitter that this is a receipt of her paying for the primary suite. I'm like, well, I just don't see $1,300 for that room. Like, don't get me wrong, it's a nice room, but $1,300 for it, I'm like, that doesn't sound right to me. I'm like, I feel like it was $1,300 a night to stay in the villa type of situation. Send it to me. Send it to me. Send it to me. That's how we do over here. Please send it to me, because they putting up receipts. So I'm going off what they say because it's something tangible here. But I'm just saying that that's not the receipt. That does nothing for anyone. So Sean Boy Show at IG. I will pull it right up and show the receipt that you have. And this is not the literal. From what I gather, it's not like, because I mean, how would they get it? I mean, of course not. But for the whole 6-day thing, because they're just, from what I gather from this receipt, is somebody going online and ordering how they would have ordered it, type of situation. Because the card for payment, the only card on file from what they read was must have been either Khalil and Shanquella, but nobody else's payment information was up. So the entire trip went on to Shanquella's card, is what is being stated. So someone, I feel, if you look at the receipt, went and did what they would do to get this villa, type of situation. What it was confusing is, I'm like, well, why would they do it in 6 days? So let me explain this better. Why would they do it for 6 days if she was only staying from from Friday until Monday? That's not 6 days. So when it not being 6 days, it's not going to give us an accurate balance of what it would have been. Because doing it for 6 days, that's just making it so that the total goes up to 10,000. You know, that's how I'm looking at it. Because it wouldn't have been 10,000 no matter what, because they didn't stay 6 days. So even if like whatever happened, you know, but what happened in the villa, and they were still supposed to stay more days, the B&B still would not have charged them for it. It's like it was a death, and no one is here. So that's what I'm saying. I'm like that. I don't know. I'm just like, well, that's kind of weird that they would just make her pay for everything when, like, especially for 6 days. If they didn't stay 6 days, I'm like, they only stayed from Friday to, well, technically Friday to Sunday, but not even, because most of them left allegedly and went to a hotel on Saturday until they could get out of there, type of situation. So I'm like, well, that's confusing. I'm like, well, I'm like, what's going on here? Because it wasn't to start, it wasn't for 6 days. So that just throws everything off. Because I'm like, well, it wasn't 6 days. So can we not do this? You know? Whatever. Okay. So then I was looking, like, you know, I kept looking. Because all her father did say was that it was with the money coming up missing had to do with the B&B. But Shanquella did, so they're basing this off of Shanquella's father having proof that Shanquella had that suite. That was Shanquella's suite and whatnot. And they were supposed to stay there from Friday until Sunday. So what the person was supposed to go do was go do from a Friday to Sunday. Doesn't matter the date as long as, well, I guess you should do it towards the weekend because I'm sure the rates are different. So do it from Friday to Monday, and with the Villa B&B, this one, and then calculate how much that would cost, you know, if they charged her the whole bill, because it still wouldn't have been $10,000. Like, it would have been less than that. So I'm like, okay, well, that doesn't make sense. Because again, it's 6 days. They did it for 6 days. I'm like, so you threw everything off, you know, because that completely made me space out. Because I spaced out after that. I'm like, okay, well, that doesn't make sense. You know, we need it for the correct time. But the reason why they're doing it is because Shanquella's father did confirm that the primary suite was hers, and she had it from Friday until Monday. Okay. But from what her card was charged, again, like I said, with the $1,300, I don't feel Shanquella was paying $1,300 a night for that room. No. If she was charged $1,300 multiple times, it was for the whole villa, was what I'm thinking. My opinion. Not fact, just my opinion. I feel like she paid for the whole thing, is what I was getting. Because they charge you before you come, type of situation. And the card that's on file is for a deposit, you know, for if any damage is done, they already, you know, if everything is good, they'll start with that. And if it's more damage, then they're going to charge you even more, you know, type of situation. But if everything's fine, you'll get your deposit right back, you know, within 24 to 48 hours after leaving, you know, and whatnot. So I'm just like, well, she would have to pay for that before she came. So was it the other people there supposed to pay her and they didn't, is what I was getting. I mean, because they did beat her down. So with them beating her down, like, why would they feel like they need to hand her any money or cash app her or whatever, their proportion, if they over there doing what they doing to her? Because that's what I'm getting, is that she paid for the trip prior to them getting there, and she had the primary suite, and nobody paid her. So they stole from her, basically, is what I'm getting from the father. That's what I got. Now, if that's not true, then, you know, he will have to come forward and explain a little bit more, because he did not go into detail about how the theft went down. He absolutely did not. But this suite, this was Shanquella's suite. This absolutely were that girl suite. Mm-hmm. So in this area, when that was that viral video, like her father said, I agree with him when he said that she basically woke up to that. Like she woke up fighting, you know, type of situation. They set her up. Now there has been this ridiculous rumor that's going around And there are people stating that the rumor is coming from North Carolina, that Shanquella allegedly set up either her cousin or somebody's cousin to be unalived, right? Now, and they're saying that that's the reason that they did what they did to Shanquella. Prove it. Prove it. We don't care. Because again, that does not explain anything. What we need explained is what they did to Shanquella in that villa. That's what we need explained. Anything that happened beforehand, before they got there, we don't really care. So with this rumor, you keep that in North Carolina. That keep that in the Carolina. Is all I have to say about it. We don't care. Either way it goes, she didn't allegedly do anything. From what y'all are, these people are stating. So again, let's get back to her. What happened to her at that villa? Can y'all figure that out since y'all know so much in North Carolina? Can y'all figure that out? Because y'all figured out everything but that. Y'all figured out everything but the burning questions. All of the burning questions are still very so much unanswered. But leave it to y'all to come up with a good rumor about this girl to take her image in any way, shape, or form. Any way y'all can. Because it feel like the people that loved her too much. Because it's a problem for y'all. Oh, she's not this, she's not that. Okay, prove it. Okay, and if you can't prove it, then just shut up. Like we really don't care. So to me, that's trash for people to find any way to try to taint Shanquella's image so they can make the severity to figure out what happened to her and get her justice to push it away. Y'all need to focus on something else because she's not what? Like, what is wrong with you? Like, for y'all to even fix your mouth, keep that there. That's all I have to say about that. Move right along. So again, as far as we know, this was Shanquella's suite. They came in this room and they attacked that girl. They absolutely did. And she made no phone calls. From what it seems, she made or sent any text messages on Saturday. So you know what happened early. Like it started early. This isn't something that, brewed. This is something that definitely just, you look up and it's happening, type of situation. Before she could even figure out what was going on, it was already going on, type of situation. So I'm going to pull up. I'm pull up. Hold on, let me pull this up. I'm going to pull this up. Now, on Instagram, I saw a couple people. Again, I don't know if this is true. On Instagram, I saw a couple people, and on YouTube now, sharing this. Let me pull this up. Now I see them sharing this, and they're stating, it rings home even more. She would have been walking down the aisle in the future. So hurt to hear her father say that he can have no grandchild now. If you look, I guess there's a few other people too, but on YouTube, I think this video is from YouTube. Shanquella, they're saying that this is Shanquella Robinson's boyfriend. Now, I don't know any of that to be true. I have no idea if this was her boyfriend. I read articles and from what her family has stated about Shanquella, she was pretty private. And not only was she private, Shanquella never said anything about having a boyfriend. And if so, her mother has not stated anything about a boyfriend, and neither has her sister Quilla Long. Neither one of them have stated, or her father, Bernard Robinson, have not stated that she was dating someone or seeing someone before she passed away. So I have no idea if this is her boyfriend or not. I have no idea, but it's being stated that this is, and also he was at the funeral. Yes, pull that up. He was at the funeral, and they are stating with him, being there and representing how he represented, that this was allegedly her boyfriend. Again, I have no idea. I'm not saying that this man is. That's why I chose not to state his name, or anything like that, because I have no idea. So I'm not going to place him. One thing I did notice is I believe the pallbearers wore that shade of pink. So if he was a pallbearer, so because that's one thing that I did notice. Let me see if I could find that. The pallbearers, I believe, all wore. Let me look and see. Because I believe the pallbearers all wore that shade of pink. Maybe that's somewhere on Twitter, but I'll keep looking on Twitter. But yeah, I could have sworn that all of the pallbearers were wearing the pink suits, the solid pink suits. So if he was a pallbearer, it's like maybe, but he also could be a family member. From what I mean, I don't know. But I know they were wearing. Hold on, let me pull this up. They were wearing black. Okay, I just think a lot of people just had on pink, but they were wearing black. I'm gonna pull up the pallbearers. But again, I have no idea if that is her boyfriend. Why is it playing? Oh, it's an article. I'll just pull that up too, I guess. But yeah, I don't know. But let's see if is it gonna, or is it just a picture? Oh, I guess it's just a picture. Sorry, y'all. But yeah, the pallbearers, they all have on black. But yeah, there was a lot of men there that had on pink suits. So I don't know if it was just a color that she really, really liked. And they did, but I have no idea again if that is Shanquella's boyfriend, but people are speculating and stating that he was. And again, if that was her boyfriend, I would love to know. Well, I have a burning question, and we're going to talk about that question if that's her boyfriend. But I'm going to pull that video back up, and because I believe it shows other images of them together. But this is allegedly the boyfriend, Shanquella's boyfriend. This is at the funeral. Who is this? I'm going to say their channel name, but I don't know who it is. Does it say the name? I'll find it. Oh, True Talk TV. Shout out to True Talk TV. It's being stated that this is Shanquella's boyfriend. Again, I have no idea. No idea. Is that them? Yes. Yes. That is them two together. So again, I don't know. They could be. They definitely could have been. They definitely could have been dating. They were together often. So from get all that off the screen. But so from what we see, from what you see there, they were together a lot. So that, like I said, it definitely could have been her boyfriend. What do you think in the chat? Let me know what you think. Do you think that this was Shanquella's boyfriend? Oh, y'all saying homie lover friend. Nick says yes, they all were saying was her boyfriend. Okay. Why was she there by herself? She wasn't. She was with her best friend Khalil. And some HBCU alumni friends. She wasn't by herself. But I do have a question. I understand why you're questioning, and I have a really good question for the audience. It's definitely possible. Absolutely. Absolutely. Best friend. I don't know. They said that was Khalil. They said Khalil was the best friend 5 years. So I don't know. That's what I'm saying. She already had a best friend. So, everybody ain't your best friend. Simply said, I think so. He had many videos they're holding hands. Okay. Could be. Yeah. That's what I said. She was on a friend trip. Right. Absolutely. No, Sean seemed like he had a few. No, I am not right to that. Butterfly said pink maybe LGBTQ community. Ooh. Gerald from NCB said she had a boyfriend. Okay. Shout out to Gerald. Rosebud said giving I know what you did last summer. All guilty, right? Shout out to you as well. Thank you for the super sticker. Thank you. Heard he was a D boy. Possibly. I mean, yeah, possibly her little boyfriend, right? That's why I said it. Look, I'm not gonna say no. But I ain't gonna say yeah because I don't like it. Again, I didn't know her. So unless one of her family members verify it, I have no idea. Rose said 5 years is not long enough to be called best friends. No, I agree and disagree at the same time. Did she have a kid? Not that I know of. No, she had no children. No children. I'm with Rose about best friend equal boyfriend. Because in that case, she would have been dating Khalil. She would have been in a relationship with Khalil if she was dating her best friend. So with that being said, let's jump into this. I have a question for you guys because we're going to get into some other stuff as well with Alice Hyatt and Winter. We're going to get into some stuff with them. But before we do, I have a question. I'm confused again. I know we're all confused, but it's going to get worse. So if she had a boyfriend, allegedly, right? She allegedly has a boyfriend. Then what is all of this?
I'll say that in the video. Everybody can hear it. Everybody knows. Everybody that know me heard me say the shit. That was my first video when I got there, or second, because I made a video of me pulling up to the villa, but he was cutting up the guy. I'll get the timestamp for y'all, but that's not gonna work. So I guess the real FBI or whatever had to put those right timelines together. But I'm gonna start with the NCB. That faggot is so stupid and got y'all believing everything that's wrong. I was not there till the next day. I didn't see a fight. I didn't know it was a fight. I didn't know it was a video. I didn't know they did any harm, anything. I went in there and told it was alcohol poisoning, so that's what I helped her as. That's what I helped her at. I didn't leave her side. I cut on soft music. Summer Walker rubbing her head till the nurse came in. Nobody even talked about the nurse. Nobody even said a nurse came. None of this stuff. So I'm really not understanding. Cooking. So we made it to the living room. I cut on some soft music, sitting with her, rubbing her head, just chilling, waiting till the nurse came, because that's what I was informed that was happening. At first, I was told that it was a male coming, and then a female showed up. So by that time, I skipped another thing. Quilla wasn't found dead. She wasn't found dead. The maids found her slumped over the toilet in her room. That's what they did find her, slumped over her toilet in her room. That's what I was told. Quilla was not dead when I got there.
He said he went straight to Quilla when he got there. He said he didn't leave her side. Why? I'm confused. Because if Quilla had a boyfriend, why were you all up on her? You're creep. You're creep. Why so come did you feel the need to go straight to somebody else's girlfriend getting there? Like, gross. She had a boyfriend. So it's not like what people were thinking. She was single on that trip. Because remember, we were sitting over saying like, well, was there a problem between her and Dejanay because both of them may have had some type of interest in Nazir?
We made it to the living room.
Like, is that
I cut on some soft music. I'll say that in the video.
So it's like, is that what's going on? But clearly that's not happening if she has a boyfriend, from what I'm gathering. So him coming there acting like he was coming for her, I'm here for her. Why? She got a man. Like, you're weird. There's something like, yeah, he creepy. he's a creeper. That girl from high school, man, I've been too far off. Like, you keep making her seem more truthful. And then another thing I'm confused by. What's the tea with him saying that the maids found her? How many maids found her? Because you said you were told that the maids found her, and then you said that you knew that the maids found her. So it's just because her father, Shanquella's father, stated that the maids are the ones who found her, which is the maids were the ones who actually phoned police. None of them, Khalil, none of them called 911 from their phones. None of them. So again, I'm like, that's mad confusing. If somebody told you that the nurses found her, because remember, you didn't get there until after 3, until after she was already pronounced dead. You didn't get there until after 3, remember, although you clearly made it there before that, hours before. So, but whatever. So with you coming straight there to go straight to her, and you said all you was told is that she had alcohol poisoning, and then you said that the maids found her slumped over the toilet. That's what her father said. Her father said that the maids found her, but when the maids found her, no one was there. Like, no one was there. All of y'all was cooped up in a hotel, and the ones that wasn't at the hotel was already back at the airport. Y'all wasn't even there. From what it's given, it's like, because that's what her father said. Y'all left her for dead, meaning that none of y'all were there when they came. Khalil came after, is what I believe, but we'll see. But we'll see. Because for him calling her mom, telling her that, because he was telling her these things, she didn't have any proof. She wasn't even there. So she had no proof of what he was stating. If the paramedics were actually there, if it was 3 of them, she don't know. She was just going off what he was telling her. No, she wasn't there. So again, her father said she was found by the maids. Like, y'all didn't find her. Y'all literally left that girl there. Left her. And I believe that they set him up, Nazir, when Nazir got there. I don't think Nazir knew exactly what was going on. He had an idea, but I don't think he knew exactly what was going on. But he a creep and didn't even mind being there with somebody that's not his girlfriend, rubbing and caressing on her, playing Summer Walker, all of this for somebody else's girlfriend. Like, that doesn't make any sense to me. Because he said, I'll play it again. He said it right here.
Cooking, so we made it to the living room. I cut on some soft music, sitting with her, rubbing her head, just chilling, waiting till the nurse came, because that's what I was informed that was happening. At first, I was told that it was a male coming, and then a female showed up. So by that time, I skipped another thing. Quilla wasn't found dead. She wasn't found dead. The maids found her slumped over the toilet in her room. That's what they did find her, slumped over her toilet in her room. That's what I was told. Quilla was not dead.
So that's what he was told. So again, nobody was around her. And he's not stating anybody's name. Who was there? Who was present? Who told you what? Like, who was there? It doesn't seem, from when it's giving, nobody was there. If so, it was one person. It was more so like they were relaying a message before they left, type of situation. None of them wanted to be there after what happened to her because they knew that girl was gone. They knew what they did was wrong. So you got set up for the okie doke. You sitting over there feeling on that girl, touching all on her, all of that, thinking that she just over there unconscious from alcohol poisoning, and she wasn't. So you were sitting over there playing basically with that girl's corpse. That was you, creep. That was you. You're weird. Again, you never stated that because what he's basically making it seem as if the maids, all of this stuff with the maids and whatnot happened before he got there. And then at the same time, he says, is what I was told. So which one is it? Were you there and they came and told you that the maids found her? Or did they tell you all of that stuff after, because all that stuff had transpired already, and then when you were arriving? And this is what they're being told to you. Because it's very confusing. It's like, which one, were you there or were you not there? What did this what you witnessed? Or somebody telling you, like, I'm here at the house, and they walking up to me like, hey, the maids just found Shanquella slumped over the toilet. And then the maids is like, gone already. Or did all of that happen already? She was basically laid in the bed when you got there, and they told you that the maids found her. Because how does she get from the toilet to the bed? How does she get from the bed to the living room floor? Because that's where the maids found her. And when the police came in, the ambulance and whatnot came in, she was in there on the living room floor. At not one point with him talking did he state that she walked on her own, talked on her own, anything. She was unresponsive the whole time he saw her, is what he given. Okay, how did she get in on the floor? Why didn't she have on any clothes? I mean, she never had on any clothes. All of this going on, and this girl is nude. She's naked. Well, all of this going on. Like, why folk come? Y'all care so much about her. None of y'all could have done the girl enough respect to clothe her, to put some damn clothes on her. So it's weird. It's weird. Okay, it's definitely weird. So again, he never names any names, and I feel like he's not naming any names because wasn't nobody there. He was being told this on the phone, or somebody text him, or something like that. But it's a little weird. Not this person was sitting in the room, or this person told me this as I walked in, and then I went to this way, and this girl was in there with her, nursing her, or there's nothing of that. She was in there on her own, and the only reason she wasn't by herself is because of you, Nazir. Remember, you didn't leave her side. So with you not leaving her side, that means that nobody else came to it, because you were alone with her. So nobody cared enough to come check on her, nothing, or sit in there with her or anything, because they already knew what was up. They were trying to get as far away from this as possible. As far away. They were trying to get back to the States. If we can at least convince them that happened with alcohol, they're going to let us leave here. So that was priority number one. Getting on that flight was the Cabo Six's priority number one. Getting the hell out of Dodge. We got to get out of here before they figure something else out. Before they figure it out, we got to go. Type of situation. So cut it out. Cut it out. You knew something when you got there. But and why I said the energy was off, because like he said, he didn't have no fun. So that means that if they were partying and stuff like they were the night before on Friday, if they were doing all of that because they were turning up the night before, they were all having fun the night before, which we can get into that video too. Why on Saturday when he get there, the mood, the vibe, everything is completely off. He basically walks into an empty villa. Ain't nobody present. Ain't nobody turning up, drinking, listening to music, nothing. Twerking, swimming, nothing. None of that is going on. Didn't nobody go get on a boat. Didn't nobody go ride no ATV. Didn't nobody do none of that. Why? Why? Why is this like a ghost town when you get here? But you want to make it seem like it wasn't nothing weird. No, you wanted to. You didn't mind being there by yourself because she was there by herself. Wasn't nobody there. You like, I mean, it's a free-for-all. You could do whatever you want with this girl. Because again, she was not responsive around him at all, remember? So how was she consenting to anything? How was she consenting to even want him around her at all? To be rubbing on her head, trying to nurse her back to health. Y'all think about it. If y'all have those days of alcohol to where you feel real sick after, have a very bad hangover, there's only certain people you want nursing you. There's only certain people you want holding your hair back, or certain people you want rubbing your back, and stuff like that when you're going through those things. It's not just going to be just any random person. With her going through what she was going through, she would have trusted somebody more like Khalil to nurse her back to health than somebody like Nazir. So for Nazir to get there, knowing that something is up, knowing that prior to getting there, because allegedly he was on that FaceTime call with Winter while the assault was happening. So he already knew what had went down. He overlooked her injuries because he figured she would have them. And let's just keep it real, Nazir. You overlooked her busted lip. You overlooked the knot on her head. You overlooked the vein burst in the eye because you already knew why that happened. You already knew. Oh, well, I saw you getting beat up. Yeah. What's understood doesn't need to be explained. Why would he get up and go ask them what happened to her when he already knows? Because that's what it's given to me. Like, why would you get up and go and ask them anything about what happened to her and her injuries if you already know? Because look, we'll put it right here. Look, he said
sitting with her rubber head, just cooking. So we made it to the living room. I cut on some soft music, sitting with her rubbing her head, just chilling, waiting till the nurse came, because that's what I was informed that was happening. At first, I was told that it was a male coming, and then a female showed up. So by that time, I skipped another thing. Quilla wasn't found dead. She wasn't found dead. The maids found her slumped over the toilet in her room. That's what they did find her, slumped over her toilet in her room. That's what I was told. Quilla was not dead when I got there. Yeah, boom. Okay, so when I get in there, I go in, I see Quilla, I see she chilling, I put her on her side. I go up and make that video where I'm talking about I'm here, that Quilla get up. I'm thinking like, damn, we got stuff to do. ATVs, a boat, dinner. I missed the chefs, I missed everything. So I'm like, damn, I'm thinking, Quilla, let's get up. I was cooking, so we made it to the living room. I cut on some soft music, sitting with her rubbing her head, just chilling, waiting till the nurse came, because that's what I was informed that was happening. At first, I was told that it was a male coming, and then a female showed up. So by that time, chilling. That's it. But I didn't really go. That's it. But I didn't really go in there like, damn, y'all jumped her, y'all beat her ass. What's going on?
You didn't have to because you already knew. What's understood does not need to be explained, because if he had no idea what happened to her, because he swear he cares so much about her, why would you not go ask? Why would you not go ask? And then the thing about it, when you got there, if they were there, again, is that why you couldn't ask even if you wanted to because they weren't there? Because this is the only time I hear where he states anything about anybody else possibly being in the house while he was there. When he says that, why would I go ask them in the next room, blah, blah, blah. And again, y'all know they like to coop up in rooms. Y'all know they like to hide in rooms together. So, that's what they do. They hide in rooms. But we're going to get back into that. But until then, let's get into, so I definitely want to bring her up. Now, I call them the fake four. This is Alice's IG. And I'm going to show y'all her trip to Cancun. This is not the Cabo trip. This is the Cancun trip that she took with her friends. The girls in the video, you'll see all of the girls. You'll see Winter. You'll see you see a lot of Dejanay. All of them are super close, super close. The only person that they're not close to is Shanquella. Shanquella was not close to these girls. What made people think that? I don't know. Maybe it's them going on the trip. But if you look, they're really close. Skip some of these so we can get into actual them. But they are very close. Them hanging out in the same rooms and whatnot, all of that makes sense. It makes complete sense. that all how they hung out without her, how they would isolate her, how they would do all of those things. This is why, like, they were a clique. Those four girls, Winter, Dejanay, Alice, and who am I missing? Winter, Dejanay, Alice, and hold on, let me look at the picture. That's why I call them the fake four. These four: Winter, okay, Alice. Winter's over there. I don't know who that is. I thought it was that Dejanay girl, but that's her right there. So, but they're all super duper close. Super duper close. Just not. It's just three girls. Okay. Why did I say the Fab Four? I ain't missing nobody. I got them all. The fake three. So, yeah, the fake three. They did a lot of hanging out together. And they did it, once again, without Shanquella. So Shanquella was never a part of their little crew that they had established between one another. So, I mean, this says it all, and why they were always cooped up in the room and isolating themselves away from her, because they never liked her. She was never one of their friends. They never kicked it with her like that. They didn't see it for her. They never saw for Shanquella. The only reason Shanquella was on that trip was because of Khalil. Khalil invited her. None of these girls, Winter, Dejanay, none of them invited her nor wanted her to come. They didn't want any dealings with her. So that's why I say Khalil definitely set her up to know that these group of girls do not like you at all, but you should come on vacation with us. You should come on vacation with a group of girls that want your head, that literally want you, like, they want you bad. So it's just like, yeah, you should come with us for days, and we'll take care of that. So yeah, absolutely, Khalil set her up to the 10th degree. To the fullest of his capabilities, he set this girl up, because we're thinking like maybe all of them were close or had a closer relationship because they all went to HBCUs, and stuff like that and whatnot. No, they were not close. They did not want anything to do with Shanquella. They didn't want anything to do with her. They absolutely did not. Start it over. They don't want anything to do with her. Nothing. These women have been close, and they were close without Shanquella. She was not a part of their crew. She was not a part of their friend network. None of that. They didn't deal with her. And again, I'm not going to say it's in a bad way, but you can see this is, because again, this is Alice Hyatt's IG, and this is really her IG, as you see, because you see a lot of her. So yeah, they have always had this connection, and there they all go right there, right, all in grip. This connection has always been there, and it was there without Shanquella. Okay. The only reason Shanquella went on that vacation was because of Khalil. The only reason. And it's said that she was having second thoughts, before she went. So yeah. So Alice, Elise, this is her IG, and these are her friends, and you'll see nothing of Shanquella. Nothing. No rest in peace, no RIP, no none of that. None of that at all. You don't see any of those things. So they were definitely, I could see now them hurting her, like as a crew, like doing it together. Now I can see why Winter jumped in, and stuff like that. Like I could see that, because these girls are close to each other. They have no loyalty to Shanquella, and that definitely showed. They had no loyalty to her, none whatsoever. There was no reason for them to be loyal to Shanquella, and they definitely targeted her and made her their, again, I don't know why. I have no idea. I'm not going to act like I do, but I do know that woman is no longer here, and it's allegedly at the hands of these people. Tonight, what's the IG? The IG is Boom. Put them on the screen. Joya, is it Elise or Alec? Elise? Elise? Mhm. Hold on, I'm being sent stuff. I'm being sent stuff, y'all. I'm gonna click and see what I'm being sent. But yeah, so there was never going to be a friendship there. Allegedly tonight, sometime either tonight or tomorrow, the video of this alleged video, from what I'm hearing, y'all know, this is what I heard. What is that? Okay, I'll look into that in a minute. So allegedly tonight, sometime either tonight or tomorrow, there's going to be the video being showed of Winter slamming Shanquella. Now, I don't know if that video is from somebody's actual cell phone or if that footage is supposed to be coming from the B&B, because I hear that the father has been in contact with the B&B and there is certain surveillance systems that they have and that they're supposed to be getting him and that he's supposed to be getting over to the FBI. So it's from what I heard is that they're working close with the father and the father is getting that information. He's supposed to be giving it to the FBI. So I hear that that's supposed to be dropping. Now, I don't know if he's going to put it out there himself because it is allegedly the fatal incident and whatnot. Why I hear it's dropping tonight is because I hear that the father is going to get it to the FBI first, is from what I was told. And now, y'all know we done had a little leak before and my leak was correct. My leak was correct. So I'm trusting my leak again. And my leak told me that the father, because he talked about the video on, shout out to what is his name, Gerald, on his show. He talked about the third video, and then he also talked about it, I believe, on TMZ, that there's another video of allegedly Winter slamming his daughter onto her back. I believe it's like her, like, you know, that way, and her not getting up after that. So yeah, I heard that he allegedly has it in his possession. So I don't know. I don't know if he's going to leak it to the public or if he's just going to give it to the FBI. I have no idea about that. But there is a video in existence that it has been basically confirmed that there is a video. Now, with people stating, oh, well, how can these videos be out here and no one know? With that fight, I hear that it had already been out there. It had already been making movement. It just, the people were not identified inside of the video. So it was basically put up just like a random fight, I guess, but they weren't named within the fight. And then I heard that somebody got it to Shanquella's family and they looked at it, verified, yes, that's my daughter. And, so yeah, I think that I feel like it's crazy. Because I know some people may look at it like, what is this, like a saga, a video's dropping? No, I just think that when this happened, there was information going on, especially in North Carolina. There was information with certain people's Instagrams and whatnot and Twitters and whatnot, certain information that they didn't know fed the case. So basically, when that happened on Friday, there was some, when they got there Friday and, they were chilling and whatnot, when they were all putting up social media, putting things on their posts and stories and stuff like that, everything was fine. Everything was good. So people overlooked those things because nothing happened, within that point. So when the video, so on Saturday, when that altercation had happened between Dejanay and whatnot, the videos were allegedly posted by certain people on social media platforms. So they were posted, but nobody paid attention to them because, again, nothing had happened. So it was just a random fight. Nobody, oh, well, who cares? Why would that go viral? That there's millions and billions of fights on the internet. Why would, So, but then when it came back that she actually passed away due to the broken neck and whatnot, I feel that somebody knew that, saw that video and sent it to them. And was just like, probably recognized her and was just like, that look like, no, that ain't her. That type of situation. And then when they heard that, it probably ding, 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 and just like, let me send this to them because this might be, her daughter. And sure enough, it was. So that's why I said I feel like the family actually pushed the video out there so that it can become viral, because we didn't even know that it was her in the video until her parents ID'd her and was just like, yeah, that's my daughter. Like that's her. And it was also the room that they were in, the villa, everything matched. So that's when it become viral. So I do believe that these videos are old videos. I don't believe that these are fresh videos that are coming from somewhere. No, I feel like they posted certain things, and because again, during the fight, you're just recording. So if when Winter slammed her or whatnot, and she didn't get back up, and people were recording the fight, if they recorded Dejanay fighting her, why would they record Winter? So again, I do feel like that is very, very, very possible. That is out there. So yeah, so these aren't new leaks. I believe that these are leaks that were already out there. And again, all of us, we don't all live in North Carolina and stuff like that. So when certain things are going on, that community is going to find out before us. You know, like this rumor about allegedly Shanquella setting up somebody, and they that's why they did that, what they did to her in Cabo, because she set somebody up and lead that in North Carolina. Lead that there. Let that be still. Here, flip. But the videos and stuff like that, that's tangible. You know, that's proof, that's receipts. What they're going around saying about Shanquella allegedly, that's just a rumor. That it has no base behind it. Ain't nobody did no big stories on it. It's just, to me, some dry YouTubers going around and trying to spin and push narrative so that they could have a standout moment. I guess is what it's giving. I feel that whatever they were going to do to her does not matter. What they did to her does. So we don't care about anything that happened prior. We still trying to figure out what happened. So can we get to that before now? See if these people came forward. The Cabo 6 came forward and they told their stories of what happened, especially to the police and the FBI and whatnot. And then that was going to say, okay, well, that'd be a little different. But this isn't that. You know, this ain't that. So it's just, don't do that. I just find that a little crazy that people are doing stuff like that. So it's just like, yeah, there's no proof behind any of that. So please don't run with, you know, just a dumb narrative just because, again, people are trying to get clout differently. I'm going to talk about her in a way that nobody is. And yeah, ain't nobody going to talk about it because, again, there's no truth to it. So let's get back into Shanquella. Absolutely. So one thing that we, again, that is fact that we learned, okay, because this white man is driving me nuts that's going around trying to take our case. It's like, we got this. Like, we don't need you knocking on doors, sir, because if something happens to you, it just happened, because I promise you, we is not going to be trying to figure out what happened to you. So you can keep going around knocking on black people's doors if you want to. So for real, he can keep going.
Nobody safe.
Be quiet. He can keep going around knocking on black people's doors if he wants to. I mean, these is black problems. So like that's all I'm saying. You can go around knocking on doors if you want to. You know, that's on you. Yeah. That's on you. Be careful. Be careful. So yeah, we know. We know. Shout out to him. I mean, but I feel like we got this. I feel like we got this. Because where he was at in October. That's one thing that I can't stand about some white people. Don't get me wrong, I like white people. I really do. But something mattering to us, then it all of a sudden matter to them is annoying. That is very annoying. Yeah, that's all I gotta say. Now, if he's been on this since October, beginning of November, I'd be like, oh, okay, you know, he must really care. But then this become nationwide news, and then all of a sudden he knocking on doors. What? Okay. That's it. Okay, chill out. You know, that's all I gotta say. You know, don't knock on the wrong door. You know, that's all I'm trying to say. Keep a distance, just like we have. You know, because shout out to Gerald and the NCB. He lives there, so a lot of the stuff that he goes around and say, I mean, I feel like he should be careful because he could definitely be placed in different dangers. You know, than a person like I'm talking about it from miles and miles and miles and miles away. I mean, you right there in the epicenter. of everything. So I would be really careful in how you approach this situation, because I would hate to have something happen to him, because that has happened to YouTubers before, that get involved, with certain things and they become a target, especially if it's close to home. If it's like you in the epicenter of all of this stuff that's going on and you're being a certain type of voice, you can be targeted for that. So I would just say be careful, is all I'll say. But shout out to him. I think he's been doing a phenomenal job, and he should keep up the great work, because, just be careful, is all I'm saying. Like, you right there, in all of that. And if somebody gets upset or wants to react or, find a target, to, vent all their frustration out on, I mean, he's really close. He's in close touch, for these people to find him, and quickly. So yeah, I'll just say be careful. That's all. Just be careful. Don't be sorry. Just be careful. Shout out to Gemini for the super sticker. Thank you, sweetie. Shout out to Sheila Black for the super sticker as well. Thank you. I love you guys. So this is an ad, and it got who's that in the middle? Is that girl? I don't know. But I know Nazir is to the right and Khalil is to the left. The partners in crime, literally. So they have been being canceled from everywhere, like left and right. They have pretty much left social media completely. I do want to pull up that this man, I forgot his name, but he's been going to knock on doors. He stated that the police have been at these same addresses as well. He said that a neighbor came out and told him that the police have been there. So I wanted to show this too, because this is so cute. That's Shanquella, one of her real friends, not one of her fake ones. I believe it's trolls. The IGs that are up, like Elise, is that his name? Elise? Her IG is real. That is definitely hers, because that was her IG before like it's dated back, and her list of followers seem to be real, and all of that. So that's the only like real one I know, because the Dejanay ones to me are we just don't know if they're trolls. I mean, it's hard. It's hard to decipher which accounts on IG are troll accounts and which ones are real, because there's so many of them now. So here he is. Let's hear
with all of her friends who went on the trip. The subscriber you have dialed is not in service. Most of the numbers are now disconnected, but 2 of them went straight to voicemail. Sorry, mailbox is full. I texted both of them and also paid them a visit, since they have Charlotte addresses. No one answered at the first store, and the same with the second. And while no one was home when I rang the doorbell this afternoon, a neighbor did tell me this morning they spotted CMPD outside this person's home. Difficult.
Okay. So he said that the neighbors told him that the CMPD, PD had already been over there. Now, here's the thing. That's why I said, because y'all see he almost tripped coming around that corner trying to get out this neighborhood. Y'all see he ran around that tree. No one was home when I rang the doorbell this afternoon. A neighbor. So yeah, he's running around that damn tree trying to get out this neighborhood. So yeah, so while folk come, he feel like if anybody was there, they was gonna tell him something anyway. They weren't gonna talk to you. They were going. All they was gonna say is he ain't here. While he upstairs playing PlayStation 5. They weren't gonna tell you nothing, sir. They wasn't gonna tell you nothing. That's why I said let us handle this. We got this one. I feel like we're doing an incredible job, because y'all ain't about to try to figure something out. Didn't say that y'all did this for us. No, we did. We gonna figure this out. Okay. So if you ain't got an FBI badge on, please let us. We got this. We got this. Because I could go to North Carolina knocking on some doors too. I could do the same thing. He's not better than me. He's not better than me. I could go to North Carolina and knock. Clear. Bring your fake ass out here. So I could go knocking on some doors too. Girl, go knock on Don door. Nazir mama door. Where your son at and why he ain't registered? Where's your unregistered son? Since y'all feel so bad. Okay. So tell him I said come here, hurry up. Girl, send him down here. Send him down here. You know what we want. You know what we want. Justice. Send him down here, girl. So, yeah, but they so heartbroken. So heartbroken that none of you guys came to her funeral. Y'all so heartbroken that none of y'all came to her funeral. That heartbroken. Look at him. Look at all this passion, but didn't come to the funeral.
She wasn't found dead. The maids found her slumped over the toilet in her room. That's what they did find her, slumped over her toilet in her room. That's what I was told. Quilla was not dead when I got there. Yeah, boom. So it's like.
Sorry. So his flight landed at 12:19. So he was every bit of there for hours. While he trying to make it seem like he wasn't, because they said that she didn't pass away until 3 o'clock, around 3 o'clock. Okay. And the airport ain't nothing about 15, 20 minutes away. 15, 20 minutes away. They trying to say 30. It don't take it ain't 30. It take about 20, 25 minutes to get there. So he was there every bit around 1 o'clock, feeling on that girl. Feeling on that girl. And up in there playing Summer Walker, but why you gonna come play that at the funeral? Why folk come, Nazir? You gonna come with the boombox playing Summer Walker. Hurry up. Why? Well, none of y'all at the funeral, but all of y'all care so much about her. That's mighty weird. I find that weird. And then you try to say that you didn't make it until 3:30. What was you and that driver doing? What was you and that male driver doing from 12:25 to about 3:30? How you pay for your Uber? How'd you pay for it? Because what's going on? What's going on? What was you doing for hours? Hurry up. Hurry up. Like that doesn't even make sense. You're lying. Again. Like, ugh. Gross. Like there's no reason to lie. And you definitely are. And you're definitely lying. Like, for sure. So it's like you tried it. So Waffle come. Hold on, y'all. Let's just watch the whole.
I skipped another thing. Quilla wasn't found dead. She wasn't found dead. The maids found her slumped over the toilet in her room. That's what they did find her, slumped over her toilet in her room. That's what I was told. Quilla was not dead when I got there. Yeah, boom. So it's like
she found her dead at 3 o'clock. Say
you on the website, go to Cabo Villas and look at how big this shit is and what it look like.
The FBI is on them left and right. So if you think you're hiding at your mama house, Dejanay, if you think.
Sorry, I see somebody in the chat say, when is Dejanay going live? She's not.
You
with the
hide you
FBI,
don't
and
have
what,
to tell.
sorry, be quiet. With the FBI looking for them all now, and with this case being open, shout out to Tawana to Inspire. Thank you, sweetie. I saw someone, is that the sticker that said that? Thank you so much, Tawana. Yes, is it Araya? Says, when is Janae going live? I don't think she's going to go. I don't think any of them will now. I feel like before the FBI got involved and Mexico reopened this case as a femicide or homicide, I feel like now they're all afraid to say something. So I don't think they're going to go live because it wouldn't be smart. It would be in their best interest to shut up because as y'all seen, Nazir has not said anything since one, the allegation came out about him about high school. And two, since this case, because when he came out and said this, it was not declared anything. It was still basically a closed case. And the death certificate was for what was that, alcohol poisoning, I believe. And then after the autopsy was done and whatnot, it was the true determination of why she passed away was given. So yeah, none of them have really been, well, I'm not gonna say none of them. He, for a fact, I don't think he's gonna go live no time soon after that, because it would be dumb at this minute. So it's on his backup IG. What's on his backup IG? Drop his backup IG. Send it to me at Sean W. Show on IG, please, please, please. Please, please, please send it to me now. I will pull it up and we can listen to it. We absolutely can. We can pull it up right now and listen to it and give our opinions on it. Absolutely. Please send it to me at Sean W. Show at IG right now. Please, please, please. And we will pull that right on up. Can we get the views to match the likes, please? Oh, here come Michael Cousin. Hit the like. Ooh, this is sad. Ooh, this is sad. Hit the like while I pull this up, y'all. Hit the like, hit the like, hit the like. Y'all tried it.
And you even mentioned that child's name.
I wish I was a Jackson. I sing anytime they ask me. Come on now.
Let me try. I mean, my throat is not together.
That's
but
all
I'll
right.
try. No weapon formed against me, no, shall prosper. Now, it won't work. He will do what he said he would do. He will stand by your side. He will come through. So don't be afraid of your enemy. He'll hold you through the day.
Uh-oh. Wait, I just heard Michael come out in.
Me too, Lord. Did y'all hit the like? Hit the like. My goodness, it's free. Okay, so okay, now I have the page right here. I have it right here. Thank y'all. It's right here. Where's it? Damn. Right here. Here it is. Is it a video? Is it okay? There's nothing on his story. I see he tagged. Look. Oh no, we're not doing it. I see he ain't broke them tags. Y'all see he tagged. Look. And then I think this is, so hold on, let me pull this down just in case. It's the, oh, it is. I'm glad I pulled it down. Because it's the whole thing. So, yeah. Let me see. Because there's no lives. He only has one post. And that was from 4 weeks ago. That was from 4 weeks ago. Winters is locked. Locked. Hers is not public. So, but I do have Winters IG. Hers is, and she ain't accepting about it. So, well, I'm not gonna say nobody. She ain't accepted me, you know. She ain't accepted me, you know. But yeah, she's not accepting any new followers or anything like that. It doesn't seem. But yes, I went to hers. And it's locked, so there's nothing to see here. Type of situation. But if he posts, I'm not following him because gross. But if he does go live or post anything, y'all let me know. And I'll be right on over there. Right on over there. Right on over there. Right on over there. But until then, let's get into this. Okay, what's this? Let's be nosy. People are sick. How you create fake Instagram pages. See, this is what I'm saying. Like, there are a lot of fake Instagram pages. Look at all these pages. Look at all these fake Instagram pages of these people names. That's what I'm saying. It's like we don't even know who to message. We cussing out people for no reason. We cussing. I'm all over there like, all y'all gonna perish because y'all is all evil people. The look God does not like ugly, and every single last one of you. Some of my bitches is ugly. That's a shame what y'all did to that girl, Shanquella. She didn't deserve that. Her family is sitting over there grieving, and all of you hoes could go forward and get his family some peace, but y'all not because y'all stupid. So it's just like, yay, and we saying all that for nothing. Y'all got us cussing out people for nothing. Wasting off of finger energy. Sitting over here doing it for nothing. I'm just like, please find the right people so I can be cussing the right people out. Now I got to do this all over again. Because I'm going to just do a copy paste. And send everybody with this name to the same. That's what I'm going to have to do. Because this don't make no sense. Like, oh my word. Lord, I'm threatening the wrong people. The right people don't know what's coming to them, Lord. Just sending all type of stuff to the wrong people. I'm like, well, what's it? This ain't her. I'm like, no, I want her to feel it. I want him to feel it. Now y'all tried it. So please have the right people. Y'all got us running up on the wrong people. We drag people down the street for nothing. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Y'all tried it. Y'all try to get it right, get it tight. Okay? Who is that? Now, rest in peace to Time in a Power Ranger, but this is not about Power Rangers. This is not about him. We know why he's not here no more. He unfortunately self-harm is very unfortunate. Prayers to his family. Prayers to his family. But this is about Shanquella. This is not about Mastodon's Tiger. No, this is about her. Don't start mixing and matching. Don't start doing it. This is about her. Not that with Zach. That's very sad. That's very sad. But what's the? Hold on. What that say? See, interview tonight with the Shade Room. Tune in 9 p.m. And it's supposed to be Dejanay. No one has the time. 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 We don't know what's real and what's fake. That's what I'm saying. Like, no one has the time for these trolls. No one has the time. This is what her 5th interview. That didn't happen. And it was people actually cash apping that cash app too. Y'all goofy. Thirsty. That's what every single last one of y'all get. And I hope y'all can't get it back. I hope y'all can't get it back. So I hope y'all was sending big donations. Idiots. I hope y'all was sending big donations. Especially you, Stormy Shadow, say Mocha Shake. Because I know you sent one. I hope you idiots sent y'all rent. Your Thanksgiving food money. Dummies. That's what they just an idiot. Do anything for clout? Nah. Do anything for clout? Nah. That's what y'all goofies get. Nah. Man, and y'all was sending big donations. Scammed. Man, that's what y'all get, goofies. Shout out to Bridgerton for the super sticker. Thank you, Bridgerton. Why I love you, girl. Yes. So, but no, that's what they get. I hope they sent big donations. Please, the Lord. I hope they cash that person out. I hope that, because all of y'all are dumb. I'm like, this person ain't went live. They have not shown themselves at least, or at least put up a recorded video setting. Hi, I am Dejanay. I'm going to be telling my side of the story. If you would like to cash out, blah, 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 at least a visual so that we know that this is the right person. Y'all let a picture send y'all off like that? I'm like, oh yeah, y'all goofy. Y'all are idiots. Everything that y'all did, y'all deserve. Y'all deserve, yes, to be scammed, yes, because y'all didn't do y'all research. Just y'all get. Because I would have messaged her, look, murderer, I ain't sending your hard face ass a dime until you FaceTime me right now, like y'all did during that fight. FaceTime me or Instagram call me right now, you hippo. Hurry up and let me see that it's real. Let me see that it's real. Okay? Show your murdering face if you want me to cash app you. If you want me to cash app you. That's what I'm going to need you to do. That's what I'm going to need you to do. I'm going to need you to show that life-taking face. And then I'll see you a couple of dollars. But I ain't sending you no couple of dollars until you and that nose come on camera. Okay? I'm going to need you and that nose, girl, to come on camera and show me that it's real. Y'all, I need to know. I need to know, girl, before I see your homicidal face. That's the only way you're going to get any coin out of me. Okay? That's it. Okay? And then all of y'all just winning y'all Cash App goofy. Just, I'm like, oh yeah, you guys are weird. I'm like, yeah, y'all are big weird. Ain't no way in the world I'm sending no picture, no money. Especially an unattractive one. I'm not about to send no picture, no money. Like, I'm like, y'all thirsty, man. And she still ain't interviewed. Man. And all of y'all out of coin. Idiots. They was over there thirsty. Because she was posting on the story, whoever that were that was acting like Dejanay, she was posting on the story when she was getting cash apps, and the bigger ones is the ones that she was saying thank you to. I'm like, oh, y'all goofy. I'm like, she ain't interviewing with none of y'all, and I'm not coming to none of y'all channel because it's not her. Like, y'all are gross. Are y'all gonna let her interview with the camera off too? Like, you already know no one's gonna believe you. But you cash apping a ghost? Like, where they do that at? I'm just saying, oh, okay, let's cash app a ghost. So here, flip. But yeah, weird. They were all cash apping ghost. So shout out to all of you losers. Shout out to all of y'all. I hope it threw off y'all kids' Christmas. I hope something that you really wanted to get from your mama, you probably can't get it no more. I hope all of that. I hope you ain't bought no Christmas tree yet. I hope all of that. I do. I hope all of that. I do. Absolutely. I hope your washer and dryer stop working. All of that. I want all of that for you. Yes. That's what you get. You're an idiot. You're an idiot. So yay, let's keep on going up because they tried it, Lord. I was like, oh, that was dumb. I'm like, oh, let's just cash up a ghost. But what is this? Okay. We're gonna get into the other stuff too. So winter. Winter is going to hell in propane panties because she ended this girl life. Now, winter, girl. When being a slut goes wrong. So, winter. Before you go to hell in jail, girl, why folk come? Why folk come you ain't tell this family while you was over there, girl, that you because both of the murderers went over there to visit the mother, y'all. And Winter was one of those people. Okay. None of them have said nothing on social media because they're all afraid. Okay. As far as they're concerned, it was alcohol poisoning. Okay. And what happened to Shanquella. They're not ready to tell the truth. They're not ready for that because they know that they're going to go to jail. They know they're going to go to jail. Okay. And jail is not fun. Okay. And they're also not going to jail in America, is what it is seeming. So with them going to jail in Mexico, that's a whole nother you going to jail. Okay. They have outhouses in their prisons. Okay. You just go in a corner and just squat, type of situation. Pick a corner, girl. Pick a corner. So they are all really, really, really scared. And they feel like because they hide at ex-baby daddies or ex-boyfriends or cousins that they ain't talked to since they was 3, they feel like they're going to get away. Because the FBI and the police have been going around looking for them. Okay? And while they're looking for them, they also get, more evidence against them. And the main people I feel like they want to talk to is Deja Take Your Life Nay and Winter Took a Life Donovan. I feel like these is the main 2 people that they want to talk to. Absolutely. And they acting like not all of a sudden they ain't close. Ain't none of these people been around each other or talking to each other or nothing, but you go to their social medias and they're the best of friends. They're the best of friends. They're living the lives that we wish that we could live. They're living the lives that they wish that we could live. And now, next time they get on this flight, it's going to be the prison. Next time they see that view, it's going to be on their way to jail. So, here, flip. Now, they want to run and hide, but they absolutely cannot. They can't. Because remember, Khalil and Nazir model for brands, and some of those brands includes fashion through HBCUs and whatnot, and also their own like little fashion companies that they were trying to be entrepreneurs and build on their own. So now they're not making any money. All the money has been unless they have a modern day job, which some of the women I've heard do, like Elise. I heard that she has a modern day job. She's not an entrepreneur. She has a real job. And with her having a 9-to-5, it's just a matter of time before she gets fired from it after they hear about what she's done. So, or what she was a part of and what happened. So I get people were trying to make Elise seem innocent, as if the 2 antagonizers may have been Dejanay and Winter. I believe that Elise was as well. I absolutely do. I believe that Elise was very so much involved with the situation going on. Because again, look how close they are. With how close these girls seem, Winter, Dejanay, and Elise. How close they are. It's like you run up on one, you run up on us all. We all fight. Type of situation. So, but their friendships are going to be tested. And when they sit down in front of the FBI, when it's time to say what happened, oh yeah. When it's time to say what happened, they can start turning on each other immediately. It will take no time at all for them to start turning on each other. So that friendship is now null and void. It would be smart for them to stick together, but they won't. Because certain people did certain things. So I'm going to pull up the video from this morning that was posted from Shanquella's, another part of Shanquella's her IG, I believe it was.
Subscribe on the way in.
Shut up, Sean. So let's get into, because we saw part of this video already because Winter is doing the push-ups. So that's what it was, because we were all wondering, like, why was Winter on the floor? It's like, was she hiding from her? Like, what's going on? And she wasn't. She was actually doing push-ups because it was part of the game, the drinking game, I'm assuming that they were playing. So let's get into this new video.
There's a new video that has surfaced of Shanquella.
We don't do it how we do it because we used to drink motherfucking
Drink.
One.
Winter, come on now.
David, you be working.
Deja, we know you weren't working on upper body when you was working out. Come on, let me see what you got, Winter. Winter, what is that? What a card, man. These people here.
Come on, Lee, grab a card.
In my pocket. You want it? I don't fucking know. Like, I don't, you tell me. I don't know. I heard it's coming. Back to the video.
In Cabo and was hanging out with the Cabo Six. Let's get into this new video that has surfaced of Shanquella.
We don't do it how we do it because we used to drink motherfucking
Drink.
One.
Winter, come on now.
David, you be working.
Deja, we know you weren't working on upper body when you was working out. Come on, let me see what you got, Winter. Winter, what is that? What a card, man. These people here.
I do feel like this video again shows that there was no problem. There was no issue. There wasn't anything going on. Nobody was trying to do anything to Shanquella the night before. You know, she was not a drunken mess. Where the alcohol poison is coming from still, like, it is not adding up. It literally is not adding up. Besides, all I can see is that girl woke up to a horror show. She woke up to those people attacking her, is all that I get from it. I feel bad for her. But you can also tell none of them were celebrating her within any moment. None of them were. So that's the thing about it. They were all still involved with themselves. They were all sitting by each other. She was sitting way over there, you know, by Khalil. I believe she was sitting by Khalil, but she was sitting way away from them. The fake three, they're all sitting together at the end of the table, right by, you know. So again, you can still see the isolation throughout the whole day that she was showing, that Shanquella was showing, you know, parts of what she was doing. You can see that there's a lot of isolation. But again, I don't see any, you know, energy that they were trying to make it so that Shanquella actually felt involved. Like, I don't see that energy at all. I'm being told I've been sent something. Hold on, let me go pull up my DM, y'all. Let me go pull it up. But yeah, these videos are telling. They are. Okay, what is this? What is this? What is? Okay. Let me pull this up. Shout out to the neighborhood talk.
Friends with the people that she went on this trip with?
Well, all I know that she went to college with him. That one of the guys supposed to have been her best friend. And he had went on family trips with us, you know, and he'd been to the family house. We all been on trips together, you know, just good time. And I never thought that he could be that low to do my child like that.
Have you heard from him since all of this happened?
Yeah, he came to the house 4 days in a row until he found out we knew what the autopsy said.
And you haven't seen him since?
Haven't seen him since.
And was she close friends with the people that she went on this trip?
Craziness. Hold on, there's more that I was sent because we talked about that yesterday. Oh, that's been the same thing. So yeah, so we know that Khalil and none of the people that were there that not have spoken to Salamandra since the true reason of her daughter's passing has been divulged. They have not spoke to her. They have had no reason to because again, they're all guilty. So what would they want to speak to her for? I feel like that just worsens things when you know you've done wrong. You're going to be less. It little to no words at all is what you're going to have for a family, especially if you have any type of conscience at all. You're not going to want to be involved with the family. Most people that take the lives, they don't talk to the victims' families after. They usually don't build, relationships with. I mean, it has happened, but it's not something that's common. So, knowing what you know, knowing what their mom found out. So when Khalil was there and Quilla, which is Shanquella's sister, said that when her mom told him about the autopsy and Shanquella's real cause of death, that he got sick, that he felt sick, basically went into the bathroom and, had to release, and whatnot, and left shortly after that. Now, with that being said, why would he want to stay around when he knows what her mom is going to find out? Now y'all know that she didn't pass away due to alcohol poisoning. So y'all gonna find out why she really did. And I don't want to be nowhere around when y'all do. Because when you do find out, you're gonna hear about how horrible I am as a person. The person that you thought I was, you're gonna find out I'm the complete opposite. I am not who you thought I was. So to protect the imagery that he had in her mind as her best friend, somebody that would not let any harm come to her daughter, or anything like that, it's like he wants to escape with that still being, her imagery, her thought, of him when he knows that that feeling is going to damper and that she's going to, start to loathe him and, start to literally despise the thought of him finding out what she's going to find out. So, of course, he definitely removed himself, no different than Winter and Dejanay. They haven't been around the mother either. And they were around, they definitely came because they're guilty. So they came and spoke to her, but they have not been present since because they already know what's up. So it's hard to face somebody knowing what you did or what you took a part of. It's hard to face it. So I could see, them not being around. Because if these people were innocent, why were they not at the funeral? I will never understand something like that. This person was your best friend. They passed away with you. The least you could do is go to their funeral. I mean, if you're not going to do anything else, at least go to the funeral. They couldn't even do that. They couldn't even go to the funeral. Guilt, because that's the only thing keeping them from it. The family did not say that they couldn't come. The family didn't say that. Salamandra did not say that she didn't want them at her daughter's funeral. She didn't say that. Because again, they haven't been proven besides Dejanay. Now I can see her not wanting Dejanay there. But she never said that Khalil could not come, that Nazir could not come. She never said nothing like that. And neither did Bernard, Shanquella's father. He never said that they couldn't come. He never said that their families couldn't come. Because, Dawn, Nazir's mom, she acts as if, because she posts and says that her son's heart is broken. How? Let me see if I can find that really quick. Actually, I do. I have it. I'm going to email those. I know I keep a receipt. Let me email these to myself really quick so I can pull these up and show you Dawn Costner, Nazir Wiggins' mother. She states that her son is so heartbroken. and that, you know, he can't move and think, and she claims that she's so heartbroken. Okay, girl. Hold on, there's two of you. There's the other one. So I'm emailing these to myself really quick so I can pull these up and show y'all. She acts as if she's so heartbroken. Well, if y'all are so heartbroken, why didn't even you go to the funeral? Why didn't you go pay your respects, Dawn? Since you care so much. Okay, your son didn't go. Why didn't you? Why didn't you? You weren't even in Cabo. You weren't even in Cabo. You should have no guilt. The only guilt is that y'all know what happened. And y'all protecting y'all own kids. I mean, which is a normal instinct of a parent to protect your kid. We say in situations that if our kid ever did something, that we're going to give them up, we're going to do this, we're going to do that, until you actually face that same situation. We can all say shoulda, coulda, woulda if you're not going through it. Anybody can have an opinion on something that they're not going through, but you can't relate. So I can't relate, to having to make that type of decision as a parent because I haven't gone through it. Now I can sit here and say till I'm blue in the face that if one of my kids did something, I'm not going to protect them. I'm going to make sure that justice is served for whatever. If they hurt somebody, harmed somebody, took somebody's life, I'm going to make sure that the right thing is done. Yeah, I can say that, but am I going to do it? If it really came down to it, am I going to do it? Like, that's the thing. Is that going to happen? Or is my parental instincts going to take over and I feel that I have to protect my child no matter what? Because love is unconditional. So even when your kid does something that you ain't raised them to do, would have never thought they were even capable of, you still have to love them through that because love is unconditional. You can't pick and choose when you're going to love your kid. You just have to do it. So with that love, it's hard, to break that bond and state what you truly would do unless you're faced with it. Easier said than done type of situation. But I'm going to see, it should be in my email by now. I'm going to pull that up and show y'all what she had to say. Okay. I'm going to pull this up. Yeah, because I was just like, well, this doesn't make any sense at all because none of you, again, went to the funeral. So what's he? So she says, this is Don Costner, Nazir's mother. She says, "Rip baby girl, this is so sad. As a parent, our kids is supposed to be buried." What? Our kids is supposed to buried us? I mean, I'm sure she meant bury us. Not the other way around. My son is very heartbroken over this one. Y'all pray for this beautiful princess family. She got a lot of nerve. She got a lot of nerve. A lot of nerve. But she also, there was another post that I wanted to read of hers. Is this it? No, it's not. Let's be this one. Yes. So on October 30th, right after everything happened, she said, "Please pray for my son Naz and his friends, praying for traveling mercy for them. For them all. I've never been so stressed out like this in my life. I just need my son to come home." Wow. And this happened right after the incident. No one's blaming her for her son's actions. No one. We're stating, if you know what went down and what your child is being accused of, as a parent, just like she's saying right here, please pray for my son Naz and his friends, praying for traveling mercy for them all. I've never been so stressed out in my life. I just need my son to come home. How do you think Shanquella's family felt about her? So as a mother that is sitting there feeling what Salamandra and Bernard are feeling about Shanquella, but Shanquella is never coming home. At least her son is coming home. To know that feeling and still do nothing to support that family is disgusting. Those are her actions that has nothing to do with her son. Because she would want support if Nas did not come home, but Shanquella did. So she would want Shanquella's mother to reach out, to look out, knowing that that could have been her daughter. Just like that could have been Nas, but it wasn't Nas, it was Shanquella who passed away. So as a mother that is worried about her son, how the fuck does she think Salamandra felt about her dead daughter? My daughter that's not coming home. At least yours did. And you can't even come over here and let me know what you saying on the goddamn internet. You can't come over here and let me know that you feel bad about what happened to my daughter. That you feel me, you know where I'm coming from. No, that's not her son's fault. That's hers. It's always okay for other people to do things until it happens to people. So since this didn't happen to Dawn, she is being completely insensitive to what's going on because she's so worried about her son. He alive. He living. So her worry did not overpower Salamandra. That's Naz's Nazir. Nas is Nazir. Nazir. I can pull him up. The one that's on camera talking about, I never left her side. I never left her side. I didn't get there at 3:30. Although she passed away at 3. I never left her side. Nobody blaming his mama for that. That ain't got nothing to do with her. It does not at all. But what happened after has a lot to do with her. How she could have reached out to that family and looked out for that family and sent a prayer that family's way and tried to get in contact with them and whatnot. Those are her actions. Her son ain't got nothing to do with that. Her not going to that funeral was her actions, not her son. Not her son. That ain't got nothing to do with him. It ain't got nothing to do with her. It does not. But it's how you treat the situation. If my daughter would have went on a trip or my son would have went on a trip with their group of friends, and therefore, even if I did not know the family, I'm going to get to. I'm going to get to. Because that could have been my kid. That could have been my kid. I don't know what happened, but whatever you need from me, I'm here. What guilt would I feel if that was my kid, even if my kid was a part of the Cabo 6? There's no guilt for me to feel. Those are not my actions. Whatever happened there, they did it. That does not speak on any parent. It does not speak on any parent. That's like saying it's Salamandra's fault and that it's Bernard's fault that Shanquella didn't want to fight. That Shanquella didn't know how to fight. That's not something that a person literally needs. That's not a necessity. Why would that be their fault? If y'all would have taught her how to fight, if y'all would have let her get into fights, that wouldn't happen. What? That doesn't make sense. Like, that ain't them people's fault. Just like it wasn't Shanquella's fault. That some banshees decided to be jealous of her and do what they did. Because it was jealousy and it couldn't have been anything else. It doesn't matter at the end of the day because it didn't take all of that. It didn't take all of that. This allegedly happened due to multiple people. And they all sat around and watched that girl pass away. All of them. Malik, Khalil, Nazir, Winter, Dejanay, Elise, all of you. All of you are responsible. All of you. You all knew. That's why y'all are ultra silent. Because y'all already knew us, T. Y'all know what happened to that girl. That's not a secret. Y'all just didn't open your mouths, but you will. Oh, you will. You absolutely will. So no, ain't nobody blaming the parents because it's not no parent fault. What Winter did is not her parents' fault. What Dejanay did It's not her parents' fault. They ain't got nothing to do with them. Nothing. Even if they raise them a certain way, you still make your own decisions in life. They are all grown. 25 years old, stop trying to make it seem like a bunch of 15-year-olds went to Cabo. They didn't. 25 years old. They all know better. Every single last one of them. It's that simple. Those are their actions. Nobody told them to do that besides the people that they were with. Did nobody parents say go on that trip and make sure you handle her? No, I ain't got to do none of the parents. Nothing. But it does show a lot that none of those parents came when that parent needed it the most. When all of their kids were on that same trip. If they did what they did to Shanquella, why do you feel like they wouldn't have did that to your kid? Your kid is not special. They just weren't the target. That's all. Because if it was your kid, the same thing would have happened. They would have left them there for dead and came back and just lived their life while you the one who's sitting there grieving. But it don't matter to y'all because all y'all still got y'all kids. All of y'all kids came back. So since they did, let's overlook the ones who didn't. Because that's exactly what Don did. Overlooking. Because if you knew, Don, please pray for my son Naz and his friends. Praying for traveling mercy for them all. I've never been so stressed in my life. You knew something was wrong. This was on October 30th, and it happened on October 29th. So you knew, Don, that girl was dead. You knew she was. And you completely overlooked her to talk about your dry, allegedly R-wording son. You said nothing about her. This says October 30th. The 30th. Like, girl, you already knew what was tea. You knew what, now you may not have knew in strict detail in what happened, but you knew something bad happened. You knew something bad happened. The same person a week later stating, "Rip, baby girl, this is so sad." Like you didn't know that she was going on the 30th. Like you didn't know she was going on the 30th. Look at the post you shared, Dawn, from Sierra Brown. Sierra Brown wrote this on October 30th. And instead on October 30th, what were you writing, Dawn? What were you writing on the 30th, Dawn? Please pray for my son. On October 30th. So you knew with sharing this post on the 30th that girl had passed away. That's why I said it's insensitive. And she is overlooking someone that passed away for her son, whom is still alive. And she knew on the 30th that her son was still alive. And she knew on the 30th that Shanquella was not. But she don't say rest in peace until the 7th. Like we found out on the 7th that girl passed away. No. No. You kept your lips sealed because your son probably came in there bearing all and told you exactly what happened. That's trash. That is absolute trash. To act like you didn't know something and you literally, it's not like she didn't post at all on the 30th. You did. And on the 30th, you talked about your child and your child only. So clearly on the 30th, you saw the same post from Sierra Brown, whom you shared from the 30th. It's insensitive. It's insensitive. And the least you could have did was go to that girl's funeral, and none of you did. None of the parents. Disgusting. Disgusting. I definitely would have went to that funeral, and my child would have definitely been with me. Because if you ain't got nothing to hide, there's no reason we can't go to this funeral. If you ain't got nothing to hide, there's no reason that we can just go into this FBI agency and just talk to them and let them know everything that happened that you know. There's no reason that we can't go in there and do that, because that's the type of protection. Because I couldn't just sit there and just let that family, I couldn't be a parent of the Cabo Six and not have done more, to get that family as much peace as I can. There's no way. I could not just idly be sitting by watching all of this stuff go on with this girl, her be buried in all of that stuff, knowing that my child could hold a lot of the answers, instead of being fearful that my child will go to jail. Oh, well. I mean, at that point, oh, well. I mean, you got to do something. because that energy is going to scar them, especially in their communities. With the people knowing that y'all mothers and aunts and stuff of certain people, y'all can be targeted and will be targeted and already have been. Already have been. So it's just like, that's a lot. Tell the truth. And if you can't tell the truth, get them to. Get them to, because y'all know something. Y'all, because for all of y'all to stay away, it speaks. It speaks volumes that all of you, none of you go to her funeral. Why? I mean, the parents, y'all weren't even there. The least y'all could do, the majority of them, they even stay in North Carolina. I mean, not all of them stay in Charlotte, but none of you? Not one? Wow. That means y'all all know something. All of y'all. Because there would be no reason for, at least, I feel that it still looks better as a parent to come and pay homage, even if your child is choosing not to. You know, I can understand, like, okay, my kid ain't here because, they're being targeted, I don't want nothing bad to happen to them, and whatnot. So I came, to pay my respects, for them. Type of situation, something, it's better than just not showing up at all. Because, I mean, what does that say? How is this person your best friend? And they don't think the FBI gonna ask them the type of question. How was she your best friend if none of you went to the funeral? I mean, y'all were the last people to see her, and none of you went to the funeral? No one saw her after you guys. No one. Y'all literally have her last memories, and none of you decided to come? Why? Because there has to be a reason behind why. You can't say you weren't invited. You can't say because you've been threatened. Being threatened on social media and being threatened by people are two different things. Two different things. There was plenty of support, plenty of security. North Carolina, there was plenty of police there. And whatnot. You would have been fine. Nobody was injured. You would have been fine. You didn't go because you just simply didn't want to. That's it. You didn't want to. You feel too guilty. You feel bad. Knowing what happened, it was hard for you to see her go 6 feet under. It was hard for you to see, knowing that didn't have to be that way. Knowing that all of y'all could have prevented this. All of you could have stopped it. And none of you did. So since none of you did, you can't face her. You can't face her. You can't face the family. You can't face any of those people because the guilt is just too much. It's just way too much. All of them, I feel, have tried to have normal lives since, and they are not. Besides taking pictures by vehicles, what happened to all the trips and all the photo shoots and the studio time and all of that? So what happened to all of that? What happened to y'all world cred? What happened to all of those things? Elise, like, what's good, sir? What's good, sir? No Cancun? No Cancun this winter? No Cancun? What happened to the fabulous, the glam? What happened to this life? What happened to being miles in the air? Like, are you guys not doing that anymore? What happened to the fake 3? What happens to the fake 3, fake 4? Like, what? Fabulous fake 4. What that word? Y'all done? Y'all done being baddies? Y'all done, catching flights? Because y'all stamped the hell out of them passports, girl. Cancun, Cabo. I mean, y'all seem to love Mexico. Nothing booked? What happened, girl? What happened? Scared to go back to Mexico? Scared they ain't gonna let you go back across? Because they looking for you down there too. They're looking for y'all here and there. But the FBI just gonna scoop all of y'all. Because, you cannot hide from them. Girl, bye. Y'all can try. But, no, you cannot hide. They will find you. Oh, yes. They will find you. And anybody that states that you are not there, especially, will be harboring fugitives and whatnot if it comes to that. So, I mean, if they want to go to jail with y'all, I guess. But they will find you. You hoes like being on phones and all of that. Y'all like pinging the towers. They'll find you. just a matter of time. They will find you though, so no worries. I don't have to tell you. You can run, you can hide. I don't have to tell you that. You already know. So yeah, this situation is terrifying because it does make people question friendships. It's just when you thought that you were friends with somebody, just when you thought that you were cool, you're not. Just when you thought you were safe. Well, like one of the posts Prince, rest in peace to Prince before he passed away, was one of his last posts, just when you thought you were safe. And situations like this is frightening because if you truly don't know who to trust, situations like this literally make me question everything and everyone. When they make you even question the people in your own life, you know that it's pretty serious. When you sitting back like, damn, so if I'm on vacation with these people, like, what if they really don't like me? You just never know. And so, yeah, I agree. Lock them up. Lock them all up. Lock them all up. Lock them all up. They couldn't have went to the police. They couldn't have went to the police again because they would have found out the truth. And they wanted to lie. So that's why they kept going to these wannabe nurses and having these wannabe doctors and stuff come in there because, again, no doctor or nurse has been identified that has came to the room and stated that, yes, I was in the room. The only ones that have identified being in that room are maids. That is it. No doctor, no nurse. None of them stated that, yes, I'm a registered nurse or I am a doctor, practitioner doctor. None of that. No, none of those. No health official came forward, licensed, and stated that they were in that room and that they checked on her. None of that happened because it's no coincidence of this too. Because I say that for this. Because he keeps saying, right here,
cooking. So we made it to the living room. I cut on some soft music, sitting with her, rubbing her head, just chilling, waiting till the nurse came, because that's what I was informed that was happening. At first, I was told that it was a male coming and then cooking. So we made it to the living room. I cut on some soft music, sitting with her, rubbing her head, just chilling, waiting till the nurse came, because that's what I was informed that was happening. At first, I was told that it was a male coming and then a female showed up. So by that time, I skipped another thing. Quilla wasn't found dead. She wasn't found dead. The maids found her slumped over the toilet in her room. That's what they did find her, slumped over her toilet in her room. That's what I was told. Quilla was not dead when I got there. Yeah. Boom. Okay, so when I get in there, I go in, I see Quilla. I see she chilling. I put her on her side. I go out and make that video where I'm talking about I'm here. That I Quilla get up. I'm thinking like, damn, we got stuff to do. ATVs, a boat, dinner. I missed the chefs. I missed everything. So I'm like, damn. I'm thinking, Quilla, let's get up. I was cooking. So we made it to the living room. That's it. But I didn't really go in there like, damn, y'all jumped her, y'all beat her. That's it. But I didn't really go in there like, damn, y'all jumped her, y'all beat her ass. What's going on? Like, cause they know, and nobody even told me about nothing. I was blind to everything. I'm literally in there giving her my all. Like, come on, girl, we was 2,000 miles away from home. 2,000 miles away from home. Don't nobody deserve this. Don't 51 questions. Bro, why is y'all talking about the boys that y'all kill y'all friend? I wasn't there. I don't have those answers for you from Friday to 3 o'clock when I got to Cabo. I just don't have them answers. I posted my flight itinerary. When I got there, I can't make that up. I can't. I really don't know what else to do but show y'all fucking the real tickets if I can even find them when I say that in the whatever, I had to put those right timelines together, but I'm going to start with the NCB. That faggot is so stupid and got y'all believing. There to the next day, I didn't see a fight. I didn't know it was a fight. I didn't know it was a video. I didn't know they did any harm, anything. I went in there and told it was alcohol poisoning, so that's what I helped her as. That's what I helped her as. I didn't leave her side. I cut on soft music. Summer Walker rubbing her head till the nurse came in. Nobody even talk about the nurse. Nobody.
Because there was never a nurse. Like, he keeps saying nobody talks about the nurse because there wasn't. There wasn't a nurse. What was her name? Do you have a picture of her? Do y'all know where that nurse came from? I don't know. Villas had nurses on deck. Now I know like schools got like school nurses and stuff like that. But other than that, you're gonna find nurses in like I don't know, hospitals, clinic settings, nursing home settings, assisted living settings, places like that. But usually hotel villas or hotel suites and stuff like they don't have a nurse like on hand. So I'm confused by that. I'm like, what damn nurse? Like, where did this nurse come from? Because in most places, like Airbnbs and stuff like that, even hotels and motels, they don't have a fucking resident nurse. Where's this nurse? What are you talking about? Like, that's confusing. And for him to say nobody talks about the nurse because there wasn't one. They're not about to talk about something that didn't exist. I mean, that don't exist. Shout out to Gail and Knight. Thank you for the super sticker, sweetie. That doesn't make any sense. I'm like, what damn nurse? Like, what are you talking about? Like, what? That is weird. Wasn't a recovery house. It wasn't. It wasn't. Somebody said they do have nurses. Nurses where? Where? What part? Where? Where? Like, what are you talking about? Like, if they have nurses where? I've never been to a hotel or a B&B or any type of establishment like that to where they literally have a nurse. A nurse for what? That's what first aid kits and stuff are for. If you need something beyond that, then you go to the hospital. Now, I mean, I could see somebody just so happening to be a nurse, something like that. Or if you believe in holistic healing and stuff like that, I could see you calling somebody like that and then having like somebody like holistic, or something like that, maybe if they have a spa, or something. I don't know. But just literally a nurse sitting around, I've never heard of that. I've never heard of that. So, hold on. I saw someone said they have nurses at large. What does that say? Hotels or something like that? At large. Again, this is not a hotel. It's a villa. It's an Airbnb, a rented out area. Again, was a villa. They didn't have a whole hotel to themselves. Like, it was an Airbnb. So do they have nurses at big Airbnbs? Because I'm confused by that. I'm definitely confused by that. I've never heard of a nursing station at a B&B or anything like that. Very confusing. Lab Gas and Gospel, shout out to her. Y'all make sure y'all go subscribe to her channel. She says, right, if the nurse left her in that condition, she needs to be fired and would be fired. So yeah, that doesn't even make any sense at all. And she would be listed. She would be listed as well. It's like, what are they talking about with a nurse? Like, where did you get this nurse from? Where did she come from? I mean, where did Nurse Kevorkian, where did y'all get Nurse Kevorkian? Where? Because that just does not make any sense, because it would have been very easy for the FBI, the police, Bernard, Salamandra. It would have been very easy for them to get in contact with this nurse if she worked for said hotel or villa, or, I mean, I'm very confused by that. So when people just, like, oh, well, there's nurses at big resorts. This is not a resort. This is an Airbnb. So, Groove. This is an Airbnb. So if y'all not comparing the same situation to that, if you have not rented an Airbnb and had a nurse, shut up. I don't want to hear nothing about you stayed at this one resort, and this ain't no damn resort. This is the Airbnb. We have to compare the same situations. Not I was at Disneyland and they had a nurse. Okay, well, that's damn Disneyland. That's completely different. Certain places have their own rules and certain setups. At Valley Fair, I know they have a nursing station. and stuff there, because it's a high probability for people getting hurt or nauseous, or things like that. That completely makes sense. But I've had plenty of B&Bs, plenty. I've stayed in plenty of B&B, big, beautiful B&Bs I've stayed in, and I've never seen a nurse's station or been able to go locate a nurse. I've stayed in gorgeous hotel resorts and whatnot. And if we had a problem beyond a Band-Aid or beyond the first aid kit, we had to go to the emergency room or call a doctor. Go to the doctor or call an ambulance. They didn't have no nurse that put us in a splint and something because my son just broke his arm, or something like that. No, go to the emergency room. And most hospitals, hotels and resorts and stuff don't want to be responsible because you're responsible. If the healthcare that you provide for an individual, for there's one of their people that are staying there, one of their guests and whatnot, if you do something incorrectly or something like that, now the hotel is liable. So most hotels and stuff like that and resorts don't have nurses and stuff around due to liability issues. So again, this would be a liability. Her family will be able to sue this nurse. It's like, that's what people don't get. It's like her family has the right to sue this nurse if they came up there and stated that she should just get rest, or something like that. Like, no, they could be able to sue. Honestly, I turn some lights on. It's getting dark. They could sue. They could sue the B&B. They could sue the nurses, the nurses station. Since Lab Gas Girl, they said they got nurses station, girl. I'm like, nurse. I'm like, where? Because my son broke his arm going down a slide at a hotel that we was at, a big resort. That he broke his arm. Well, it wasn't broke. He sprained it. And we had to take him straight to the emergency room. Now, the lifeguards came up and checked on him and stuff like that. But beyond that, we had to take him to the emergency room. Absolutely. And I had to drive. And I was super mad because I was really having fun at that moment in time. And I'm like, you just had to get injured. So he fell off the tube, because you're supposed to stay on the tube inside of the thing. He fell off of it, allegedly, while he was inside of it, and he messed his arm up because, being in that water and them slides being light, it really messed his arm up. So I had to, but there was no nurse that came out. We were at a beautiful resort, big resort, $1,200 a night resort was where we was at. There wasn't no damn nurse there. So I don't care if you stayed at this company or you was with Sandals or something like that, and that's completely different. Completely different. Like that, it's no different than like Disneyland or somewhere like that. Like they have nurses and stuff on deck. That's completely different. Disney can afford liability suits, and stuff like that if something goes wrong. They got the coin. That's $1 billion company. But most of these places, like the B&Bs and little stuff like that, most of them are not $1 billion. Like they don't want those type of liabilities and whatnot. And it's not their responsibilities. Most hotels and resorts don't build many hospitals. And go to the hospital. They don't be liable for none of that. So again, if there was a nurse, she would be very easy to find. If they found one, why folk come, we can't. A nail nurse came forward and said nothing about going to their room checking on nobody. Where's this nurse? Where's this doctor? Like, I'm confused. I'm like, why anybody talking about the nurse? Because she don't exist. Because he wondering why ain't nobody saying nothing about the nurse, because clearly didn't nobody see it but you. This fairy tale nurse. Again, listen to him.
Nobody said a nurse came. None of everything that's wrong. I was not there till the next day. I didn't see a fight. I didn't know it was a fight. I didn't know it was a video. I didn't know they did any harm, anything. I went in there and told her it was alcohol poisoning, so that's what I helped her as. I didn't leave her side. I put on soft music. Summer Walker rubbing her head till the nurse came in. Nobody even talked about the nurse. Nobody even said a nurse came in. None of this stuff.
So he's alleging he laid eyes on the nurse. He said he didn't leave her side. He was playing Summer Walker, rubbing on her, all of that. And then he said the nurse came in. Who? From where? What number did you call for a nurse to come? And again, he didn't call the nurse. Listen, he said he was told a nurse was coming. They told him it was going to be a male, and it ended up being a female.
He pulling up to the villa, but he was cutting up the guy. I'll get the timestamp for y'all, but that's not gonna work. So I guess the real FBI or whatever had to put those right timelines together. But I'm gonna start with the end. That's wrong. I was not there till the next day. I didn't see a fight. I didn't know it was a fight. I didn't know it was a video. I didn't know they did any harm, anything. I went in there and told it was alcohol poisoning. So that's what I helped her as. That's what I helped her as. I didn't leave her side. I cut on soft music. Summer Walker rubbing her head till the nurse came in. Nobody even talked about the nurse. Nobody even said a nurse came. Cooking, so we made it to the living room. I cut on some soft music, sitting with her, rubbing her head, just chilling, waiting till the nurse came, because that's what I was informed that was happening. At first, I was told that it was a male coming, and then a female showed up.
So somebody told him that a nurse was coming. Who told you that? Who called the nurse? Who told you that this nurse? Who? Because he said, I was informed that it was going to be a male, but a female ended up coming. Who told you? What? So people just walking up to you, just telling you stuff about her? And all of these, well, more so Khalil, is closer to her than you are. Why isn't Khalil doing all of this stuff? What is he, why come is he telling you like you responsible for Quella? If anybody was responsible for her, it would have been Khalil, especially after she got injured. Like, gross. I find that weird. That does not make sense that you act like you came there, her best friend, like waiting for everybody. She was literally there waiting for you type of situation. And it's not giving that, especially if she had a boyfriend. So it's like there was no interest that Shanquella would have had. And with Shanquella being completely unresponsive the whole time you were around her, because again, I feel like she would not have wanted Nazir taking care of her, touching her, being near her. I think that she would have wanted Khalil to do that. Somebody that she's close to. Someone she didn't necessarily have to worry about certain things about. But again, after Khalil and them sat around and watched what happened to her, I doubt she would have wanted Khalil around either. I doubt she probably just wanted to be by herself, alone. Because they beat that girl into submission. She never contacted anyone. He came in that door like he had just got done talking to her. You didn't speak to her. He came in, oh, Quilla, get up, all of this stuff. Y'all ain't cool like that. You're closer to Khalil than you are Quilla. Like, what you checking for her for? Like that, again, confusing. You came there like me and Quilla just got off the phone and we got all of this stuff planned. We're going to ride ATVs. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. No, that was not the situation. Quilla planned to do all of those things with Khalil. She didn't plan on doing none of that stuff with you from what it seemed. And you was whole late. And the only reason she came was because Khalil. You didn't invite her. Khalil did. You make it seem like you invited her. You didn't. You didn't invite her. That's why it's so creepy that you were willing to look over her body and all of that stuff for them. Creepy. It's creepy. Because it's like you. This is what it's giving. When you got there, oh, ain't nobody here. It's just Quilla. Get up, Quilla. Creepy. Knowing she wasn't going to get up. And he also says that at this point in time, we were in the living room. How did she get in the living room? She was unresponsive. How did she get in there? When you were playing music for her, you were not playing music for her in the living room. You weren't. It was in the bedroom. When you were rubbing her head, playing music, telling her to get up. She wasn't in the living room on the floor where allegedly the maids found her when they called 911. How does she get in there? Mr. I didn't leave her side. So that means you know, because you didn't leave her side. Weird. Because he does say that. If you listen to the recording, he says, or not interview, the live, he says that at this point in time, we were in the living room. How did you get there? How did she get there? Who is we? Because from we, it sounds like you're talking about Shanquella. Okay. Well, she was unresponsive. So she didn't walk in that living room. She didn't walk out of anywhere. She couldn't even walk from the toilet to the bedroom. To the bed. And mind y'all, this, I'll pull it up. The suite where it happened is the suite that he was in with her. When he was telling her to get out of bed and, all of that stuff, she was inside of the suite. So if she was in that suite, how does she get from the suite to the living room? And then how does she get from the suite back to the bedroom? From the living room back to the bedroom, and then from the bedroom again to the living room floor where she was found by the first responders and whatnot. How did she get there? Like how? Because she wasn't moving. She was unresponsive. Unresponsive people don't walk. Fact. Unresponsive people do not walk. They don't do anything. They're unresponsive. So how was this unresponsive woman locating herself in different parts of the home while being unresponsive? So this is the room that they were in. Because after what happened to her, there's a bathroom inside of this room. So that's the bathroom that they found her slumped over in. Inside of the bathroom, allegedly, that's inside of the primary suite. So it's not far to get from the bathroom, I believe, where the picture's being taken behind where the person is taking the photograph of the bed. The bathroom is that way. It's behind the person. It's from what I saw. But there is a bathroom there. The primary suite always has a bathroom in it. Usually a bathroom, walk-in closet, stuff like that. So again, because her suite comes with the view. As you see, if you look out the window, beautiful view of the ocean. So yeah, and nobody else got that view. She is the only one with it. So with that being said, looking at the bottom of the screen and what happened to her due to the hands of Dejanay and allegedly what Winter did after to her, they moved her body to that bathroom. They did it. They would not have let the maids go inside of that room if they were there. That's why I feel like they were gone already. They had to have been, because why would the maids find her slumped over the toilet before her own friends? It's because they knew that she was on the toilet because they placed her there. Because if Winter body slammed her and she didn't get up after the body slam again, that means that she had to have been placed in the bathroom. She didn't walk to that bathroom. She was unconscious and unresponsive after being body slammed. Unresponsive people don't move. And if they do, it's not far. Her neck was broken and her spine was cracked. It's a high probability, even if she wasn't knocked unconscious and knocked into being unresponsive, she still wouldn't have been able to move. Who knows? That could have paralyzed her. Who knows? So she definitely wasn't moving. She definitely wasn't moving. Yes, and we said the same thing, that she was found in the living room. That's why we said, how did she get there? How did she get there? And not only how did she get there from the living room, after they allegedly body slammed her and she didn't move, how did she get to the bathroom? Broken neck, cracked spine. You ain't getting up walking. At least not without going through extreme pain to get there. So again, how did she get to the bathroom? And then for the maids to come in and find her, Nazir said that he was told that he was told that the maids found her. So who did the maids move her from the bathroom to the bed? Or did the friends? Very confusing. Very confusing. So, I mean, they got a lot of things to answer, because she didn't just move around on her own. Somebody moved her, and they moved her multiple times. Multiple times. Wait, who found her in the living room? Of the maids found her in the bathroom. The maids found her in general. So that's what I'm saying. Nazir said that that Shanquella was found in the bathroom by the maids. We don't know that to be true. We have no idea. And he said that he was told that, meaning he didn't see it for himself either. So he has no idea. That's just what's being said. And we all know the Cabo Six is all liars. So who knows? But Shanquella's father stated that the maids found her in the living room on the floor. He never said anything about the maids finding her in the bathroom besides him repeating what Nazir said. But after that, once they got more information with what he gathered, the maids found Shanquella on the floor, unresponsive in the living room. And that's who allegedly dialed 911. Mm-hmm. That's who allegedly dialed 911. And from what I gather, she was nude. She was nude. She didn't even have on pajamas. The pajamas that she did have on, I believe her mother or her father stated that I believe her mother stated that she believed the funeral home that they have sent her to put the clothing that was on her. Yeah, they put the clothing on her from the funeral home. So what she had on was from the funeral home, not literally having on her own clothes, like her own pajamas. No, they were like basically like borrowed, is what her mother was stating when her body finally got over here. When they seen her, she feels the clothes were provided by either the hospital that she was in Cancun, or Cancun, Cabo, or the funeral home that she was sent to do the autopsy. But they weren't clothes. They were not clothes that she owned. So again, from what that stating, she was still nude. So if you remember from this fight right here, allegedly after this fight, Winter grabs Shanquella and slams her. After she slams her, she doesn't get back up, allegedly, from this video that's allegedly coming out. She slams her and she does not get back up. While Dejanay was fighting her, she was not dressed. They basically ripped this girl out of whatever attire she had on before, whether it was a bathing suit or some pajamas, whatever she had on, she basically got ripped out of it, throughout the fight. And fights, multiple fights. And when they slammed her, remember, she was still, even right here, when Dejanay was fighting her, she was still nude. So this is what's making them think that, or basically say why she didn't have any clothes on, is because she never had any clothes on from them ripping them off of her. So with the incident of her being slammed and not getting up happening right after that, they placed her just like this. So this is basically how they found her, with her hair like that, just laid on the floor with no clothes on. So they basically took her after she didn't get up and placed her in the bathroom, allegedly, according to Nazir, that they placed her. Well, he not saying they placed her in the bathroom, but he's saying that the maids found her in the bathroom. Well, if she couldn't walk and if she was unresponsive, then that means that somebody placed her there. So they allegedly placed her in the bathroom and around the toilet, and the maid allegedly found her. And then I don't know if the maids moved her to the bed. I have no idea. But Nazir said while he was there, she had vomited when he came in the room, and that he was treating her for alcohol poisoning because they said that she had alcohol poisoning. And he said he put like a bag to her face, went out for like if she needed to, regurgitate again. So she was clearly in the bed. So how did she get from the toilet to the bed and from the floor, from being unconscious, unresponsive on the floor to the toilet? Being unconscious and unresponsive from the toilet to the bed. How did all of that happen? Unresponsive people don't walk. Unresponsive people don't walk. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. When Nazir got there, he went outside of this patio, pretty much, because he came in and said, "What's up?" to her. She didn't speak. So I don't know how you talking to somebody that is unresponsive, but it is what it is. And he said he went out and did a video real quick. So I'm assuming he went out there on the balcony, or the deck, and did a quick video on IG or whatever to try to stunt and make it seem like he got more than what he really got in somebody else's room. A scrub is a guy that thinks he's fine and is also known as a buster. So, being a scrub outside of that girl room that she paid for, stunting and, being on camera and whatnot, making it seem like, again, he's doing more than what he's actually doing. And came back in there again to her, unresponsive, not talking, and then felt the need to start playing her soft music and caressing her. Again, from what her father said, and I believe I still have that. Let me see if I still have it. Shanquella Robertson fathers believe that she was set up in Mexico. Okay, hold on. Where is it? Get 529. Alcohol poisoning. That's alcohol in the hotel room. Otherwise, I believe she was attacked because the doctors like bomb tried to attack her. See, like attack man. And she naked, man. So again, they found her nude. A video of her daughter. Premeditated attack. Hold on. So sorry, skimming. Okay. And did I skip it? Does he say it in this little interview? Because he states that allegedly the maids found her, is what he said. Not her friends found her. He said the maids. They attacked her. This ain't like some. My daughter was asleep, man. For all of them to be in that room and then they come in like, no, she woke up or whatever. The way it seems like they attacked her. Okay. Maybe this is in the article. Yeah, because he said that. I got it. I know I got it. I just gotta find it. I got so much information. It's crazy. Yeah, but I'll find it. But yeah, he said that the maids found her. He didn't say nothing about the friends finding her. He said it was the maid that found her. He also said it in an interview too. Was it the one with TMZ? Did y'all just hear me? Okay, hold on, y'all. So her father definitely said that the maid found his daughter. It was not, because I'm about to find this because it's gonna bother me. 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 Let's listen to this.
wasn't no physical, they attacked her, man. I mean, it seemed like from my daughter was asleep, man, for all them to be in that room and then, they come in there like, I don't know, woke up or whatever the way it seemed like they attacked her, man. And she naked, man. For a father to see that video, man, because my daughter's not a fighter, man. She's not a fighter, not at all. For them to do what they did, man, it just seemed like it was a plot because they couldn't have did that over here, man. They couldn't have did that over here, where her friends, all her friends are. It wouldn't have went down like that, man. They don't realize, what they done done, man. They just robbed, they just put a hole in my heart, man. That was my only child. I'm just heartbroken, man.
Oh, so yeah, so no, I know in the interview that he did with Gerald, shout out to Gerald from the NCB. I know in that interview for a fact he said that the maid found her. So again, that's why I said, was anybody even there? Because Nazir was not there with the first responders. He was not there when Khalil called her mom, Salamandra, and was giving her updates. He never said anything about Nazir. He never said anything. Now I know that they did state that Nazir did state that there was allegedly a nurse, because Khalil even told Salamandra, the mother, that a nurse or doctor was on its way to come and check on her. Which, let me pull the interview up that she did with the NCB, because she did an interview with them, and I did that on my first surviving. Hold on. Yes, so I'm gonna pull that up and let's re-go over that, because she said the NCB. Okay, let me pull this up, because in her interview she stated, okay, hold on, I'm gonna play that again.
Wasn't no physical, they attacked her, man. I mean, it seemed like from my daughter was asleep, man, for all them to be in that room and then, they come in there like, I don't know, woke up or whatever the way it seemed like they attacked her, man. And she naked, man. For a father to see that video, man, because my daughter's not a fighter, man. She's not a fighter, not at all. For them to do what they did, man, it just seemed like it was a plot because they couldn't have did that over here, man. They couldn't have did that over here, where her friends, all her friends are. It wouldn't have went down like that, man. They don't realize, what they done done, man. They just robbed, they just put a hole in my heart, man. That was my only child. I'm just heartbroken, man. I can't even be a granddaddy. Can't even walk it down the aisle, man. Can't even.
Okay, let's get into this article, because this is what was stated by Shanquella's mother, Salamandra. It's down here, her interview. Okay. It's right here. Okay. So guess what? So her so-called best friend Khalil Cook just stood there and ain't do ish. When Khalil returned to Charlotte, he brought Shanquella's belongings to her mother's house and told her again that Shanquella died from alcohol poisoning. No, it's up here. It's up here. Okay. Because I want where, because she states exactly. Okay, no, that's not what we want. We don't want the Bernard part either. Okay. Okay, well, let's read this real quick. Because I'm gonna pull this, I'm gonna find out, but let's read this while I'm looking for it. A Charlotte woman, Shanquella Robinson, was reportedly grabbed by neck and slammed by other girl on Mexico trip. Now, shout out to the NCB. There is a video that is allegedly out there of Winter slamming Shanquella. Okay. Sources close to one girl who was on the trip in Mexico with 25-year-old Shanquella Robinson, who is now deceased, told the North Carolina Beat that Shanquella was also allegedly grabbed by the neck and slammed to the ground by Winter Donovan, the girl in the now viral video, to the right recording with her phone. All we wanted to know if there was a second part to the now viral video, because at the end of the 18-second clip obtained by the North Carolina Beat, from the looks of it, Shanquella is still alive. The source said the second video has not been released, allegedly shows Winter Donovan with her arms around Shanquella's neck and then slamming her on the ground. The beautiful 25-year-old was invited to Mexico by her at the time best friend Khalil Cook. So again, this video is supposedly dropping. It absolutely is. So, but I'm looking for this interview because I want to pull it up when Shanquella's mother states that Khalil called her multiple times when Shanquella, because it's like he called her and told her that she had alcohol poisoning and that, but she was resting. And then he called her back and said that, you know, she wasn't doing the greatest, that her pulse was weak. And they had a nurse or somebody that was a nurse or doctor that was coming to check her out. And then she said she asked him, why not just take her to the hospital? And he said because she couldn't, because the insurance works differently there. So that's what they had to pay, basically $5,000 to get her for her to be able to be admitted into the emergency room, which is completely false. So again, yeah, Dejanay did start it. I do feel that way. I do feel that Dejanay started it. I couldn't agree more with that. But this video of Winter allegedly having her hands around this girl's neck and then slamming her is supposed to be dropping. Again, I don't know if the father, Bernard, is making sure that the proper channels like the FBI and whatnot gets the video before the media, which again, I think is smart. Make sure the people that need it have it. But it is supposed to become a shout out to Natalia for the super sticker. Thank you so much, sweetie. Thunderclaw said the Beat needs to release the source. I would agree, but I'm not releasing mine because I have a really good source. I have a really good source, and I'm going to protect my source no matter what. So, because my source be come up with the real tea. No problem. Thank you, Janelle, for being here. Thank you so much for supporting. I really appreciate it. Right, spawns of Satan. I could not agree with you more. Declare 10K in cash. Again, there are articles that are speaking on that. Where is it? Here. That allegedly 10K was stole from her. Again, we're still waiting for more sources on that, more information. The father did say that money was stolen. I heard that it was $6,000. Honestly, I heard it was $6,000, and then it went up to 10. I'm sitting out here waiting just like y'all. I heard it was $6,000. Wasn't it 10K? Wasn't the 10K used to get her home? No. Her father paid over $7,000 out of his own pocket to get her back here. The father paid for it, and it was $7,000, a little bit over $7,000 to get her body back here. So no. The 6,000 was to get her body sent home. Hold on, let me show y'all what I'm talking about, because I am amazing, and I'm going to show you how amazing I am, because like I said, I heard that it was $6,000. Hold on, let me show you guys how awesome I am. Okay. One second. Boop, boop, boop. Come on, I'm looking for that. Even there's a TikTok of it too. There's a kid who's like, $6,000. I'm like, $6,000. I'm like, I heard it was 10. And they're like, nope, it was 6. And they're like, no, it was 10. I'm just like, oh, okay. And I'm not gonna argue with it. I don't know. Like I said, I ain't there. Hold on now. Oh, this is the same article. Hold on 1 second. What the? This is why, sorry, y'all. But we're about to get out of here in a minute anyway, so I just want to pull this up before we get on up out of here. Get on up out of here. We didn't hit that 3-hour mark, so it's time for us to move around. No, we don't want to see no fight. No, we don't want to see no fight. What is going on? Nope, we already seen that. Sorry, y'all, 1 second. I know I keep saying that, but I really am coming. I'm just looking for it. I'm coming. No, I don't want to log in. Oh, this is annoying. Sorry. Oh, this is annoying. Okay, so I'm just gonna pull this up real quick while we wait, because I'm about to pull this up. I'm about to show y'all what I'm talking about, because it's gonna drive me crazy if I don't. So yeah, just pull this up. This is winter. This winter, and they're saying that that's allegedly Nazir. Hold on, was they saying that? Okay, right. Winter Donovan FaceTiming while she comes and something. Winter says the guy. Winter says to the guy on FaceTime, "Why should I fight?" Y'all hear that? Y'all hear that? Y'all hear that? She did say, "Why should I fight her?" She said, "Why should I fight her?" She did. Y'all hear? I'm playing again. Now, they need to figure out if that's Nazir or not, because why would Nazir be telling her to fight her if he swore up and down he didn't know nothing? You know, he swear, "Oh, I didn't know nothing. They didn't tell me nothing. They didn't show me nothing. They didn't give me nothing." I don't know. I don't know. I have no idea. Hold on, let me pull this up too, because let me send it on here. Hold on. If you look on here, it says at the top, "Let me get this straight. Ratchet Acid stole $6K from her. She paid for the villa." Now, earlier when we were adding it up, when that person had did it for 6 days, it came up to about $10,000. That's why I said if she would have paid for the villa from Monday or Friday to Monday, it would have been lower than 9,000, but it also would have been off like it would have been $6,000 around it, you know, like around like 4 or 5, something like that. Five, you know, around 5 or 6, you know. So that's why I was saying, like, that would make more sense for that B&Bs to come up to around like 6,000, then 10,000. I'm like, well, they weren't staying there for 6 days. So I'm like, what the F? But yeah. So they're stating right here, let me get this straight. These ratchet A's stole $6K from her. She paid for the villa. When she was KL, they ran home and lied in the face of her grieving mother. Okay. So none of that matters, but well, I should go to the latest, I guess. So here's that troll once again. Interview schedule once I reach 10K. Like this, y'all should have knew she was a troll then. Y'all should have definitely knew that she was a troll then. I'm just like, that is clearly not her. But yeah, so I have to get out of here, you guys. I love you guys so much. Again, justice for Shanquella Robinson. We will be live again tomorrow to break down Malik. And we're going to get into Dejanay. And we're going to get into Khalil tomorrow. Okay? I'm going to bring up everything that I found on them and everything that has been discussed on them. And we will keep going. If that other video is released tonight, we will talk about the video. We will go live again and discuss it. But other than that, I will see you guys tomorrow. I love you guys so much. I will be on Station Head in a little bit here so that we can talk some more about some stuff that we really can't say on YouTube about this situation. So we will be live again later. I have been looking at some information about one of Nazir's friends from high school. And again, and this is a male, and it does seem that there may be some, again, he has a reputation. Nazir has a reputation. So, and it's not a good one. So we're going to get into that a little bit and some other stuff that we usually get into on Station Head. But I love you all. And thank you all so much for being here with me. Okay, like and subscribe. We'll be live again tonight. The video drops tonight. We'll be live again tonight. But if not, we will definitely be live tomorrow with updates on Khalil, Malik, and Dejanay. We will talk about them tomorrow. So I love y'all. And until the next show, oh my goodness. Bye.